It is a gauntlet, so we need to do it together. So a couple things for note. Sam, you have the most important job of everybody. So you're Boomkin. So you need detect invis, and you need to be in the front, and you need to look for these imps, and then you need to snare them or whatever your druid ability is, and then moonfire them instantly, because they can't get to the melee or they will explode. So you're hyper focused on looking for imps the entire time. Rest of the tanks, these mobs, you need to make sure that you face away. I believe if memory serves, there is a Vindicator. So here, there's one right there. So the entire time, Tardy, when you get in here, and you can zone Tardy. When you see a Vindicator, Tardy, you need to face that away from the raid because it's just like the Vindicators outside. Same thing. Other than that, no. Is it called Vindicator? Oh, Vanquisher, excuse me, Vanquisher. Yeah, so they're just like the Vindicators over there. Anything else, Loretz, that you remember?
Mana Fiend is going to mana burn somebody, it sucks. Life Shaper is going to heal, it sucks. There's going to be a rogue type mob, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, that's going to be stealth. Generally the tank is going to have a detect invisibility to pick that up so it doesn't eat a healer. Every once in a while there's just going to be a YOLO Blood Elf that runs down the gauntlet really, really fast. Has to be picked up.
And that comes from behind, right?
Forward. The one that runs at us. The stealth mobs can spawn behind us. That's why detect invis.
Can we get detect invis on the whole raid and we'll pull? The gauntlet is tricky to learn. Once you figure it out, it gets much better. So you might have problems in the gauntlet the first time we've done it, and then it'll get better. Alright, ready check for the gauntlet. You don't need consumes up for this, because it's probably going to be messy as we learn this gauntlet.
Give me a half a second, I'm doing an invis on the raid.
Yeah, and I'm going to put new marks out. Stand by. Tanks, I'm giving you marks just so you can protect the raid. So tanks, you have those symbols other than my square. So try to spread out as we're going through this. Alright, everyone's ready? Alright, tanks, get up to the white flare, raid on square.
I have a question.
Yes.
Are these upcoming mobs undead, or was that just Felmyst?
All humans.
These are all humans.
The only demons are the imps.
Also, we're looking for a champion big mob at the end. We pull that, kill that, the gauntlet ends. Okay. Alright, let's do it. I'm going to do a DBM pull in 7 seconds, and then tanks are going forward around the corner. Remember, Tardy, try to get those Vanquishers out. If other tanks have a Vanquisher, make sure they're facing away from the raid. Prioritized list is the Life Shapers, because they're healers. Here we go. Also, Benna, you have assists, so if you want to mark any of those dudes you see, skull, you can focus them down. What happens if someone dies in here?
If the raid can keep pushing, so somebody that was manic can stay back and rest.
Alright, Jay, try to get a res on Iris. The rest of us are going to keep moving.
So
but do it up the hill a little bit, Jay. Sam, remember, you're in the front with Tech and Biz. Obviously, you DPS Sam, but you see Imp, you snare it, you moonfire it, whatever. Don't go too far, Sam. Just be in front of us.
I also have a slow.
I got mind control, don't kill me.
Can we kick that? Can we kick that?
I can bubble it out.
Was it the Fiend?
Yes, Imp.
Here it comes.
Oh shit.
I died in front of fire.
Okay, run out. Run, dead people, run. Dead people, come on, resetting. Dead people, come out. Alright, Iris, Takano, Ayor, run back. Alright, so Sam, now that you've seen that, do you have any questions with what you saw?
Nope, now I know what it's doing.
Okay, so you understand. Great.
Are these just gonna keep spawning forever?
Yes.
They're gonna spawn forever?
Yes.
Yeah, once you start, you start.
Oh, okay, then I'll wait here for the dead players to get back. Can the tanks just... Blue, get out of there. Can the tanks just stay up by the bottom of the stairs?
I'm confused what the plan there is.
The plan currently is there's 5 players dead. I'm not proceeding until they all get back. So Rainbow, run back. We're currently waiting.
You can drop combat, but shit's gonna continue to come.
I need to target something first.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for them to get back. We're not pulling any more elite packs. We're just gonna kill the elites. Yeah. Keep those things away, those fiends. Yeah.
I ended up out of combat over here, so maybe there is a way to get out.
Yeah, I'm out of combat too.
Yep. Like, as long as
it'll still spawn down.
Yeah, actively in combat or
I will
actively engaged.
slow.
Blue, keep getting those fiends. Thank you, Blue. Alright, once everyone's back, we'll proceed. I'm just waiting for the raid to get back.
Yeah, Nick, if you need more stealth detectors, hunters, track hidden.
Yeah, no, go ahead,
increases
please.
stealth detection.
Alright, I've got a couple people back. Spot buffs on Ayor. Who else is coming back to the raid? Spot buffs on Rainbow, group 4. Spot buffs on Takano, group 3. There's another one, Sam and Bludini. Thank you. Keep doing that the whole time. Rosiah, spot buffs on him. Who else needs... Who else just ran buff needs
Did you
spot
take
buffs?
Takano?
Takano. Okay, let's start moving forward, but remember, don't be near that thing. Alright, yep, we'll kill this, then we'll move up. Alright, the gauntlet resumes.
As soon as we get up, there's gonna be an assassin to the right. Fiend's coming.
Yep, Sam's up there, and Bodini should scoot up there to back him up. Alright, tanks to the front and to the right. Tanks grab whatever's right there. There's a fiend, except don't be near it, Z. It'll explode on your face. Okay.
Fiends are by that fire pit to the left.
Typical
Tanks to the front.
We're not
Yep,
doing freezing
one,
anymore?
Clear. Get that imp. One, get the thing on the left that Lords is talking about. Other tanks forward. I don't see him, so we can move forward.
There will be one showing up there.
Oh, that's on Rainbow. Get out of here.
Unless this is the one.
There was one that was at the top of the ramp that ran forward.
Alright, let's keep moving. Keep moving. Moving forward.
I do need detective
Slurp it
visibility.
up.
Give detect invisibility to Ayor. Group 5, please.
Still recharged.
Yes.
Alright, tanks get this next group after this imp dies. Remember your marking mobs, Benna, please. The healers are pretty important to nuke.
Hold up. There's one coming.
Okay, let this pull back and do us.
Cast that.
Remember, face those things away. The Vanquishers. Raid back up, the Vanquishers have a cleave. Raid back up, the Vanquishers have a cleave.
Here, I can
See that Vanquisher that's just murking people?
It's alright, I got it. You're more DPS for that, so.
Fair enough.
Jay, if you get out of combat, you can res Rainbow. Ben, are you marking targets? I'm not really looking.
Trying to. I got stuck into a wall looking at things like
Deathbringer.
Face it away. Basically, roll on everything that's pulled from. Face away. When that dies, try to get a res on Rainbow.
Out of range.
Alright, can a tank pull that Soulbinder?
Don't do it. I want to get the res.
Alright, get the res, then go do it. Run up there, one of the tanks. Go one of the tanks forward.
That pulled me into combat?
It's fine, you'll get it up to
hang
this.
way far back.
But I thought you said there's a mob that comes from behind us.
No. They can spawn behind us when we're like running by. Like they have like a half a second spawn.
Alright, we're waiting. We're not pulling. We're waiting for that res to go off, unless this pulls, and then we're going. Okay, it did pull. Did you get it, Jay? Okay, great. Come back together, and then I want to buff up Rainbow. What's the respawn time on the entire gauntlet? 2 hours?
Yeah.
Okay. So it would be like
from
9.
the first mob.
Yeah, it'd be like 9:10 or something. Alright, run up here. Let's kill that thing and let's pull the next group. Ben on mark 1. Alright, go ahead. Tanks pull. Keep the Vanquishers facing away.
Pulling back.
Here we go.
The assassin spawn, so we don't have to worry about stealth mode.
I can't get through.
Yeah, there's an assassin walking around up there.
Yeah, I can't go too far forward to get him, so if you guys can pull it back.
The life shaper's
Blue's up
back
there.
here.
Who's up there?
I'm bringing it up in the group.
Good snipe. Good snipe.
Blue's got it. Blue's got it. He's doing PvP things on the front.
Well, it just means I don't want to pull other players into my...
There's 2 assassins up here.
Yeah, I just...
Yeah, we're staying on the ramp. We're not doing anything but DPS on the ramp. And heal. Dispel that. Dispel. It's dispellable. We're fine. We're going to clean up here.
I always got blue in my phone.
Hold on. Clear. We wipe if tardigrade dies. Might be a wipe. So what happened there? Not quick enough on the dispels for
I
them.
released my back.
No, I don't know yet. Hold on. Yeah, it's a wipe.
I got a disease on me that was not dispelled and it was contagious.
Alright, so there was a disease that I saw. What else did I see? Mind controls didn't get dispelled?
Mind controls.
Okay, just die. We're not gonna win this. Die and run back. Right,
Generally,
cool.
you want the tanks as high forward or as far forward as you can, so the YOLO mob does not destroy 2 or 3 people before it's picked up.
Which one's the YOLO mob?
A Deathbringer. It legitimately just will spawn and will book it to a healer.
Alright.
Soulbinders need to be top priority because of the mind controls. Banksters have to be tanked away.
Yeah, Ben is marking those spell dudes. That was a good first attempt at the gauntlet. The gauntlet's very hard. Once you get it down, then it becomes easier. But it's a really hard gauntlet. Alright, we're back. Alright, do not go up. Yeah, don't go up the ramp because they're probably all reset.
Krona Kai Kri.
Yeah, I know. Roger. Alright, cool. Tanks, so that was your first experience with it. Blue and Sam, your first experience with it. Do you have any thoughts on anything you want to adjust that you saw?
I mean, but the only thing I would say is just when we do get the groups, just pulling them back gives me a little bit more room to be able to advance and get the imps away from the group. If we're waiting and running up into them, it can get pretty tight. Possibly, we had a couple that come in that died fast enough, luckily.
Okay. Because the tanks in this gauntlet, it's the tanks who are controlling, I mean, obviously I'm the raid leader, but the tanks are controlling the pace and where we're stopping and stuff. So the tanks have to find spots like, oh, this is a spot that I like, or this is a spot that's difficult for LOS, and then move forward a little bit, I'm going to move back a little bit. So tanks, you have your symbols, kind of make that adjustment on the fly. If those dudes that spawn mid-fight are just beelining the healers, Z, you can save your range taunt, and when you see them come in, you can range taunt them off the healer. Alright, all groups buff up.
So people target damage should be careful not to start hitting the Vank just like early. So I gotta pick up both of them, so I can't put a ton of threat in the build.
Yeah, Vanks should be like the last one targeted. They don't do anything other than cleave, so... Soulbinders are the major issue. Then Life Shaper, then Mana Fiend.
Can we mass dispel the MCs?
Never tried it, probably.
Alright, I'll try it.
Long enough.
Alright, finish your buffing. If you want to consume, you certainly can, but I'm not requiring it as we practice the gauntlet. Ready check.
With it, detect invisibility on the people that are in the front, it looks like the assassins are spawning, so we don't have to worry about them spawning and eating a healer. At least that's what I've seen so far.
Yeah, they're padding up top.
Yeah, because without detect invisibility, you never see them padding.
Yeah, I can see them from like a kilometer away. It's nuts. I don't know if it's track hidden or...
Alright, can Yannick get invisibility detection too in the tanks? Because I want to watch what's going on. Yeah, if you don't have everyone, that's okay. I just want to make sure the players that are watching those mobs are getting it. Spud, Z, Sam, you ready?
Yes.
And Bagel, you're recording? Cool, you can do it while Nick's not on the raid. Alright, tanks come up to square. The rest of the raid back up a little bit. Tanks are going in DBM pull in 7.
I currently do not have salve.
5, 4,
a clarification.
Yeah, I'm not in the raid.
2, 1.
Alright, here we go. Next time, watch your threat.
On imps. As soon as they are engaged in combat, they will blow up within 2 seconds.
Don't just hit them far away.
You could even just moonfire them.
Any ability that was using Curse of Agony, and they blow up in 2 seconds. The reason why Entangling Roots is so good is because it holds their position. And then they self-destruct.
Healers and casters and shit, you can be in the back, because I saw a lot of us were taking chip damage. Also good grab on that Z. So you can be further back, healers.
On Soulbinder.
Yeah, so guys, get off the Vanquisher when the Soulbinder spawns. Basically anything with a mana bar. Okay, let me try and dispel this. So if I do Mass Dispel, it works. Great.
Assassin around the corner.
Alright, Rainbow and Caro, if you see that, Mass Dispel the entire raid. Alright, let's slowly move up. Mass Dispel. Welcome, have a nice day.
I didn't get burned by 24 of my friends.
Just murdered me twice tonight so far.
Deathbringer. Or Assassin.
If I Hunter's Mark him, does it make it visible for everyone?
I don't know, because I have Detect Invisibility on.
Yeah.
With Detect Invisibility, you're seeing like a normal person.
Oh, also guys, it says a gauntlet, so, I mean, use your potions and stuff. So, like, if you're running low on mana or whatever else, like, it's a gauntlet, use potions and crap. Alright, can we pull that skull back to us? Oh, no, never mind, there's a group. I couldn't see it with the draw distance. Alright, wait for the next demp, and then we're gonna pull that next group. And tanks pull it back, go.
Deathbringer.
There's also a Deathbringer tanks, there's a condom as well. Make sure the stuff is facing, yep, make sure it's facing away. Don't want to be facing in the raid. If we get a Mass Dispel, or Mind Control, any of the priests can grab it.
Lost, proceeding for a second, go.
Yeah, there's no salve, please just go slow.
I found the Nox and the mages.
I think you, sir.
Alright, Jay, if you want to try and get a res on him.
Yeah. Okay. Can we get on the mana?
You're marking them right, Benna?
Yeah, I had some early marks.
Okay, try to keep marking them.
Yeah.
Anyone else prefer a salve over whatever buff they have?
You want a main buff?
Alright, get the res on Bram before we pull the next one. Let the Bram res finish.
We got a Deathbringer running into us.
It's gonna put Jay in combat.
It's not me, somebody else got it. But it didn't put us in combat.
Alright, spot buffs on Bram. Alright, can we also get that skull that I just marked, please? Keep working on the imps, thank you. And there's another soul dude. Oh, that is the soul dude, thank you. I believe this is the mind control-y one?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so just be ready to Mass Dispel any of the priests. And keep moving. Alright, what awaits us around door number 2?
Imp, watch out.
Corners are dangerous.
Yeah, so what I want to happen is tanks go grab them and bring them back. So after that imp, tanks fight them like halfway down the stairs.
Okay.
So go ahead and shoot them down.
Alright, we got a Deathbringer running in.
Yeah,
first.
kill that dude and then pull the other one group down. Let that condom patrol backwards.
Yeah, I just saw Resiah saying that, and I thought I saw them going up and down
Yeah,
the
no,
ramp.
I saw it too. Let the condom... Actually, no, if we can grab it, if it's front. I'll grab it. Come here. So as long as you don't wipe, the groups of 4 never respawn?
No.
Alright, pull next down the hill. Okay, great. That means you can actually take this gauntlet fairly slow. Alright, let's go. Obviously, later we'll... there's 5 mobs, tank them facing away. Make sure you prioritize the X that Venom marked. Obviously, in future weeks we'll get... There's another one as well. We'll get faster, but for today we're going slow. Go alerts!
Yeah. That was my fault.
Fine. Up, you don't get crazy.
I'm fine now, I shattered. Really good on imps.
Blue and Sam are all over it.
These damage numbers real?
Capitalist assassin.
Yeah, pull it. Bring it. If you see it, pull it.
I like that they're invisible to flare pops them out.
I think they're...
Come down, there's a lot of mobs. Down the hill, down the hill, down the hill. Alright, so Sam's... Okay, Blue's down, so I need another person to handle imps.
I got it.
Thank you.
Oh, the hunters have got it.
Okay, there's also an assassin. Grab that, Nils. Grab that, Nils. Can I get a tank on the skull that's coming down? I know I marked it skull, but finish the other ads. Finish the Deathbringer. Deathbringer's more important.
It's too far away.
Keep working on those
Guys,
ends.
someone else has got to get it.
I got him. I got him.
Alright, raid has to move forward because I need to reposition us. Entire raid move forward. Get away from that fiend, it's gonna blow up. Alright, so we're gonna res up here where square is. All of you on the ramp are doing it wrong. Move up. Alright, can we get reses off before I pull anything else?
Bathroom stand.
Okay. I got a Deathbringer coming in, tanks.
Ow.
I need a target.
I'm getting a res off.
I can cast that.
We got someone else who needs to get precursor. Get that in.
Yeah, he's got it. Dude, we did 4 reses. That's cool. Alright, don't worry about buffing them, just heal them to full. Heal them to full, heal them to full. Alright, after this imp, we'll get other cars.
This is the last pack, by the way.
So once you touch the champion, it stops?
No, once you kill the champion.
Okay, let's wait for this imp and then tanks go.
It's the very, very big
Oh, the
one.
commander, yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Alright, tanks pull, go.
I need to.
I have the marks out, don't pull the big one, just pull the little dudes.
It's gonna come.
Oh, it's gonna come, it's a group of 5? Alright, so tanks, a lot of shit. Make sure you prioritize the symbols.
Go in the back.
We need to kill, we need to kill the skull mob.
Yeah.
Skull's in the back. Keep Z up, keep Z up, keep Tardy up, keep Tardy up. Keep Z up. God, tanks are getting fucking pumped. Once you get everything dead with a mana bar, you can switch to the big boy. What's his name, Commander?
Commander.
I'll put a diamond on him. Once everything with the mana bar is dead, switch to the Commander. Alright, switch to Commander if all the mana bar mobs are dead.
This curtain's giving me a list, so I can't get him through.
Alright, once this commander's down, Nautilus should be over.
Yep.
That's still recharging.
Don't go in that curtain, there's actual mobs in there.
Yeah, I will.
They do.
Yeah. Alright. Good job. We did it. Wow, amazing. Wow.
It's not overly hard once you take it slow and you know what you're doing.
Alright, oh, these are 4 soul binders. Jesus Christ.
You can pull pack of 2 and then pack of 2. You don't have to come in together.
I've got a loose 4-year-old. I'll be right back. I'm sorry.
Okay. Can a hunter shoot the group on the right? Just like shoot from the left and shoot right? Pull it out. Oh, that's cool. It's 2 and 2. I like that. Like that a lot.
Week 1 we did group of 4 and the entire raid.
Yeah, my button's on the master spell. Master spell.
Thank you.
Yes.
I was coming for you, Jakanu.
Yeah.
Alright, pull the other group.
So the pack after this one, you can technically skip. It's just no pets. If you have a pet, it will.
Yeah, I was gonna say I kind of want to kill it for loot.
I'm just letting you.
Yeah, no. I appreciate the insight. What's it?
Oh no. Oh no.
I'm sorry.
For you now.
Sorry. I was. Hopefully another priest got it because I was in the next room looking at the mobs. Res Bagel. Let me look at.
There is also going to be a pat that comes all the way from the stairs to the twins room.
This commander?
Is this commander? Does it come with that group? Yeah, it does.
Yes, it will.
Alright, tanks, make sure vanquishers are facing away. The kill order is marked. Everyone get up here. Where's the patrol?
Yeah, it's coming up the stairs. You can pull the pat and then...
Yeah, I'm gonna pull the pat.
Watch the... Yeah, the big guy is coming.
Yeah, I pulled the pat back.
Do I have
Priest
the urge
pulling.
to click my daily crystal right now next to this thing?
Get your 4 mana remnants.
Yeah, feel like there's a ley line here, guys.
Yo, can we get some patterns that are actually useful? Dang.
Well,
tanks, you can run at this. Go ahead.
I had the leatherworking chest drop off these mobs yesterday.
Oh,
that'd be awesome. Let's do that.
how many people
Tanks are dying. Tanks are down. We only have 2 tanks left. Still 2 tanks left. Dave taunted shield wall, I respect it. We'll res any of the dead.
in a fiend?
1 tank left. So the tanks got absolutely trucked, and when you guys were talking, 2 tanks went down to 10% each, and we did our best, but we'll have to be more alert for next time. Jay, can you DI me?
Yeah.
DI me, DI me, DI me, DI me. Thank you. Die quick, don't run away. It'll be quicker. Alright, we'll have to pre-hot the tanks on that pull, because they got absolutely destroyed.
That's a sick pack.
Yeah, we'll be more ready for it now that I'm aware. I'll probably do maybe tank assignments, because I did not expect that to be that difficult. Alright, ow, just hurt myself. Don't run back in. I'm rezzing. Literally just hurt myself. Nick and Dennis, you're still here, right?
Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll need you guys once we're done doing all this trash. If I res you, please res up.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah. Res up, res up. Res are still coming out. Stand by. The cuck is dead. Let us rejoice.
Right, so it's the 2 different ones.
One will make a sound, one will not.
Alright, everyone should be here.
I play muted. I have to have a second.
But what's the one with the sound and what's the one without?
Alright, buff up all the groups.
2 is sound.
Again, you can save consumables unless you're hardcore. You can certainly use them, but we're still practicing.
We'll scream at you if you have conflag.
Alright, tanks. Why don't you get the symbols that you're used to getting? And then, Precursor, can you shoot the 2 unmarked on the right to say Z? And Messiah, can you shoot the unmarked on the left to tardigrade? Alright, Z and the tanks and the hunters are going in this long. 10 seconds. Here you go.
3 mobs
Healers,
on
get
me?
ready. Yeah, prop pally, expert at multi-taking mobs.
2.
Yeah.
There we go.
1.
Did you see how much damage it did last pull?
Yeah, no, but the healers are ready for it this time. And there's a safer pull. Yeah, usually what happens is us getting caught off guard. So remember when everyone was talking, 2 tanks drop to 10%, and then healers have to just make decisions. So see how everything's in much more control now. I don't think any of us expected that quick a burst.
Works for me!
Yeah, everything is much more control now. I mean, myself included, I don't know which packs I have to respect and which ones I don't. Well, except you just got hit. What's that debuff on you?
Melt armor. It's not a ton of armor, but it's not nothing. Melt armor's from the assassin.
Alright, so maybe make sure whoever's hitting the assassin next time is not.
Don't run down their stairs. There's an invis pack that will spawn. It is basically down where I'm pinging.
Drink a little bit of mana. Drink a little bit of mana.
If it's running track hidden, you should be able to see it.
I think this one is like as soon they won't spawn until somebody.
Tanks, go ahead. Tanks in the front. Tanks go. Tanks in the front. Here, stop tanks. Let the raid catch up to you.
I've spawned them. It's the bottom step.
All right, keep going, tanks. Keep going, tanks. Tanks, can you fight them basically on the white flare, like over there?
There's 4, by the way.
Yeah, everyone else should be on the staircase.
The mana fiend, try to get that.
Mana fiend first, then the assassin.
Yeah, anything with mana bars should be prioritized by DPS, basically. Like, good. Thank you for marking that, Benna.
And the assassin.
Oh, he hits like a truck!
It's a rogue.
13k.
Yeah. Oh, it's on cooldown.
Does he have warglaives?
But he has shadow
Got me to like 2%, and then I got healed the full
We're
thing.
here? Oh, this is their room!
Misery,
no one go on the ledge.
Yeah.
confusion,
So they pull if you go to the ledge.
If you
Everyone-
fall off the ledge.
Yeah, so everyone come over here to square.
These are the hallmarks.
Yeah, so hold on real quick. Here, real quick. Everyone come over to square. Laritz, give me a soul stone. Alright, everyone's here. Alright, so these girls are Eridar twins. See how pretty they are? One's a shadow one, one's a fire one. Everyone do slash wave at them. Everyone wave at the twins. Slash wave. Great. Now take a 5-minute break. I'll see you in 5 minutes.
Okay. That's hot.
You're hot. I'm conflicted with how I feel about that.
I'm okay with it.
You don't like it? I like it.
No, we're doing it because I won't have time to get a re-clear anyway. And I owe the raid 1 5-minute break every 4-hour night of progression.
Are you swapping anyone in
Yes,
or out
I
or
am.
what?
That's what I'm working on during the break.
You're a legend. You need anything from me? I'm going to get a drink.
No, get a drink. I'm figuring it out.
If we is the gauntlet gone now?
Gauntlet's gone.
It's like if I wanted to go turn in this boot token.
Yeah, you can come back. It's not going to respawn until like 11:30.
We get a mage port then?
Yeah, is it gonna mage
get a
drop
mage
a port on like the ramp or something?
Yeah, so I have basically till 11:30 to do this boss, and then we have to have DI protection over the night's over. That's basically where
Just
I'm at.
Hearth?
Yeah, Jamak,
Where do you want
just
to?
throw a chat port like right here.
Use the restroom.
Gamok,
What?
are you going on break?
I was showing shit in my face to eat, but not really.
Well, just because you were a mage, I was going to volunteer you to see if you go to the bank and get some enchanting mats for these guys.
Stay on
All right, what do you
Do
want?
not waste time.
Do we have an orange gem?
What does it matter if
I
I'm
have gems because you can portal. I have some of each gem on me. So, yes, Ritz, you can have whatever you need.
Are you gonna give me a grocery list, or am I guessing?
I need
I'm gonna
8
let-
large prismatics for for my enchant.
Yeah, if NYC still needs anything, ask him. And then whatever Ritz might need.
And I know the other half. Yeah, I know the other half isn't in the guild bank, so run into the auction house real quick.
No worries. Just if I can get a whisper from those who need enchanting mats.
Yeah, and as Benna said, if you need primals, you're going to get primals.
Yeah,
we love you.
Now 8 of 8.
Ben, was that you?
Yes.
Okay. For some reason, your name didn't pop up.
It's BattleNet's been wonky with that bullshit lately. It's annoying.
Finally get rid of my shadowy fucking boots.
They've held you for a long time, you know.
I've never seen another pair of boots.
You could have rocked some blue suede. You gifted those to Acro, though.
Because they weren't an upgrade. Like, unless I needed the hit, but
I don't know your life. I don't know your life like that. I'm just saying you could have had different boots. You gifted them. I was saying you did a nice thing. That's all.
oh, that was not a nice thing. That was just, I don't need this. Here you go. Take my leftovers.
It was the nicest thing I've ever seen you do. So.
Fair enough. But, well, that's me sorted for the next long time. Even with perfect loot look, I don't think I can get another piece of gear for another 3 weeks.
I'm just glad that. Sorry, go ahead.
I said it's about the same for me. It'd be at least 2-3 weeks.
Well, I'm just glad that Ritz is happy after learning how to drink coffee.
Less learning is more tolerating. A 10% haste now. Is Jay back?
What about me?
Hi, can I get a gem?
I guess.
Could I get an orange one?
Did anyone else need any other enchanting stuff? Everybody got it? I mean, Ritz, I know you got yours, and I guess NYC, I know you got yours. So
yeah, I told people I'll need 8 large prismatics, which I whispered to Jamak about, and I might need gems. I forget if the boots have gem slots.
They do.
Breakfast again.
Z,
Yes.
did you need any for your gloves?
I haven't even looked at them. I was on my break, doing break stuff.
Okay, well,
Yeah. All right.
Tell me now.
Jamak.
I'll need
You
a
want me to-
purple, Jay, a gem.
I have a purple gem.
Perfect.
Okay, last call. Anything from the guild bank?
I'm gonna call it good.
Okay.
Takanu, this gem is for Benna.
What do you want?
Kind of shifting the stam agi.
Shifting.
Now that I'm finally done fighting the auction house.
All right, Dennis, log in onto Shiftrick.
Open trade?
I'm not there yet. I'm still getting the boots. I'll get it from you when I get there.
Okay.
Is NYC safe to come in?
NYC is safe to come in.
There's a spot for me to come in.
Yes, please. All right, so welcome back. If you notice, I'm just letting new people try and sit. So because the legendary bagel sat for Felmyst, we killed that. His elemental in arms HPR will sit for this one, as well as Aes will take a turn sitting. I understand that means less melee damage, but this boss, when I explain it, that will not matter for right now. So thank you, Aes and HPR, for sitting. Okay, so ready, check that you can hear me so I can explain this boss. Can you hear me, Sunrise? Yeah, unless you're holding a thing, you can stay out because you've done this boss. It's up to you, Summonize, because I know you've done it, like I said.
I'm here. I just needed to log in.
Okay, I need a yes from everyone so they can hear me.
I can hear you, Yannick.
Thanks, Mancook.
I can hear you, Yannick.
Oh, that's great. Thanks, buddy.
Yannick, can you say something again? I don't know if I can hear
three
you.
of us.
Can you say something?
All right. Precursor back, Cinder's back, Brahman back, Iris back, Mancook back. Also, HPR and Abe also stay. You have to listen to this explanation, obviously.
I never left. I just couldn't hit the button. That's why I told you I was here.
Oh, okay. Well, because that confused me, doing it again. Ready, check that you can hear me, say yes. Don't fuck with me, because it'll confuse me. And I'm stupid.
Trying to do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The only person I'm waiting on is Precursor.
Where's Mancock? What the fuck?
Stop it, Billy.
Precursor here. Well, I'm waiting for Precursor. I'll explain the game plan for the rest of us tonight. The reason I did that break is one, I always promise that I give you guys that break for a 4-hour raid because some of you really, really need it. I know it for a fact. 2, I'm not going to re-clear the gauntlet. So when it gets to 11:30, the gauntlet's going to start respawning, means I need DI protection every pull. So 11:30 and on, everyone look at the time, 11:30 p.m., assuming it's not dead by then. If we don't have DI protection, we're not re-clearing, so we're going to be done. I really want to explain this boss's precursor back, please. Blue, you want to see where he is? There's a ton of mechanics on this boss. I have to wait. I'm sorry, guys.
Who is?
Perfect. Okay. Ben, are you running in?
Yeah, I'm running in.
All right, guys. So again, this is really fun. I hope you're enjoying this raid because I certainly am. Like this entire tier. These final 3 bosses are extremely hard. They're harder than anything we've done. So for the couple people that have done this, I know like Mancook is one. He was telling me how funny these wipes are because these wipes are like 10, 15, 20 seconds. This boss kills you and kills you fast. And the reason it kills you fast is because there's a ton of crap going on. We wiped.
No!
Get a DI up. Get a DI up. Get a DI up.
I'm so sorry, guys.
Get a DI up.
Resetting. Basically, as soon as they exit this.
They didn't aggro.
No one got him. No one got him coming. It went out. It's just me.
Okay.
All right, Jay, run back. Okay, so first rule, don't do that. Whatever just happened there, what the officer just did, don't do that.
I hit a button trying to do something else.
Yeah, don't do that. That thing that just happened, none of that. All right, so going to continue learning so much. Great example. So now we've all learned what not to do.
Actually, before it respawns, we can try jumping on that ledge. We're going to need to be there anyway.
I know.
Practice right now.
I don't want. Oh, it's already
too late.
I don't want to right now. So, get down. So, I'm going to start explaining things one by one. Again, there's a lot of mechanics in this fight. So the way I'm going to explain this to make it simple for you guys is I'm going to explain it based on priority in terms of what you care about. If I sat here and just read every ability that they do, y'all would be confused and we wouldn't get anywhere. So I have to just do it in priority of what is important on this boss. Okay, so starting with the tank. Nick, can you stand here on square? I'm going to put you a skull. You're going to be, I'm going to call them, by the way, Shadow Chick and Fire Chick. So Fire Chick is the Grand Warlock on the right. Athesis, whatever the fuck her name is. And Sacrilash is Shadow Chick. That's just what I'm saying. All right, Z, you have the most important job of this entire fight. So Z, come up to me. Yeah, I know. It's funny, right? So there's one fight in here where you're not even in, do anything, Brutalis, and then this fight's the most important. So fun fact, when we get to phase 2Z, it's literally just your performance and no one else's. It's kind of crazy. So I'm going to start by explaining you first. So if Nick is the boss, basically Nick is going to be the Fire Chick, and she's going to be casting on you with like just ranged abilities. And you know how Benna does Illidan with those little pools on the ground? He kind of like does a little dance like that, right? You know that?
Sure.
But you do know what I'm talking about, right, with Benna?
No.
Okay, good. So, Benna, can you come up here and explain to Z what you do?
Yeah.
So, what the boss is going to do is if I'm Nick, if I'm the boss, I'm going to shoot out a flame patch right here, just like Illidan. And then you do this like weird kite pattern in like a half moon on Illidan. Z needs to do that. So, Benna, do you want to show him, or Z, do you understand what we're saying?
Yeah. So if its mechanic works the same way, it does like the little Illidan does the flame crash, and I kind of go up and go back and turn usually just to not straight turn him.
To the elementals on Illidan too.
Yeah, and the other nice thing for you, Z.
Elementals.
The other nice thing is for you, it's kind of like the elementals. The other nice thing for you, Z, is this is a caster, so you don't even need to really position your body. You just need to move. So the flame patch is going to start, like, say you're tanking here. Like, say we're on the ground and Nick is the fire boss and you're tanking. It's going to start here. Can we get another summon on Jay? It didn't work. And then the fire patch goes on the ground and then it comes here. So if you're not quick enough, Z, if you take more than 2 stacks, that's really bad. That can wipe us. So basically for you, you only want 1 stack maximum. So if you're reacting quick enough, you're only going to get 1 stack of this fire damage. And then when you come all the way around the half circle, I think it's like 30, 40 seconds, the first one will be despawned. You can literally just walk around and go all the way back. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so...
And this whole time I'm melee, tanking, putting threat
No,
up.
you do... No. You go down, you hit her, put Consecrate, do your range judgment, whatever, and then back up, because she's going to range cast on you.
Okay.
Got it?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So, Z, keep that in your head. I'm going to come back to you for phase 2. Okay. Rest of the raid, let's chat about this stuff. So, basic mechanics of this boss. The Shadow Girl is going to do shadow damage. The Fire Girl is going to do fire damage. When a damaging ability of that spell hits you, you're going to take a stack. So if you take shadow stacks, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you take fire, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So Z, that's why I'm saying when you're tanking her, you don't want to get too many stacks. So if you're slow to move out of the flame patch, it'll wipe us. So the entire raid, you're amazing. So the entire raid, right? Whatever you're taking, you're going 1, 2, 3, 4 of that type of magic, either fire or shadow. There's no way to resist it. There's no way to wear gear. You just have to take it. Now, how do you get rid of that damage? You get rid of that damage by taking an attack from the other person. Okay? So if you have 7 stacks of fire and you take a shadow attack, it goes to 0 and you have 1 stack of shadow. If you have 7 stacks of shadow and you take a fire attack, it goes to 0 and then you have 1 stack of fire. Does everyone understand that? Okay, no questions on the shadow and the fire stacks. Great, okay, now let's keep talking about the boss. So what we're going to do is we're going to nuke Sacrilege, the Skull, the Shadow Girl, as fast as we can, and then worry about clearing our stacks, with the exception of melee. So, spam lightning bolt, got it. So, when we start the fight, ranged, you're going to do what I do. You're going to put your thing on walk. You're going to walk, don't do it now, because I don't want you to wipe. You're going to walk up this way, like this, and then you're going to walk this way, like this, with your slow walk on, and you're going to be like, up, right here. Great, okay. Range, don't do that now, but this is where you're going to be for the entire fight until phase 1. So range, you're just going to pew, 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 hit the skull chick, right? Perfect lyrics. And then when I say phase 2, I'll explain that. Jay, you're going to be healing Z. So Jay, because you fell, I'll make you do it in front of the raid as punishment. So you're going to do this in front of the raid. Put on your slow walk.
It's not on his spell bar.
There it is.
Okay. Now walk up this way without falling like this, Jay. There's only one way up it, and go like this. Nope, you can't. It has to be like I do. Okay. So Jay, you're gonna heal Z, who's basically down here, right? And I'm gonna have you for early pulls be the only healer on Z. So if I need to adjust healing later, I will, but you're going to be the only person in Rage of Z, so you have no job other than keep Z up. You guys are best friends. Holy Paladin, Proud Paladin, great. Rest of the raid. So if you're a range player for phase 1, you're over here, you're on this ledge where Yennik is, and you're like pew, 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 destroying the skull, right? We have to kill her in like a minute with heroism or we lose. So what's going to happen is the boss is going to pick one of you, the range players, if your DPS is high enough, we'll get to that in a moment, an ability called Conflagrate, which is like the most important ability that you range players have to worry about. So if the Conflag picks you, you run this way, and you drop it off just basically back here. So that that might sound really easy in theory, but here's why it's not. Do you guys remember the Conflagrate from... what boss was that? Tempest Keep? Capernaum, thank you. So Capernaum, remember that Conflagrate, how it like disorients you and then like does AoE damage, fucks you up? You guys all remember that, hopefully? It's the same thing, and you only have 3 seconds to react to it. So if you don't move the second that the boss picks you, you'll wipe the raid because it's like an 8-yard Conflagrate. So that means when you get up here, right, and you have your slow walk on, so look at me, I have my slow walk on, right? And then I get up here, make sure it's off, test like this, make sure, okay, my slow walk is off. And then if I'm raid leading and I say like, Summon Eyes, you have it. Summon Eyes is like, fuck. And then he runs this way as fast as he can. And when he gets here, boom, right? Because it's 3 seconds. This is the most important ability in the entire boss fight. A lot of other stuff matter too, but this is number 1. So I'll show you how quick this is. So it picks me. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Look, I just moved in 3 seconds only this far, and I did it as a dry run, meaning if you're not instant reacting and you're only this far, you wipe the raid. Okay, so Laritz is putting out a weak aura, so if you have a weak aura, you can click on that now. Yep. Okay, so questions about immunities. You can immune the damage on yourself but you're still going to conflagrate everyone else around you. So if you're a mage, you can turn around, you can blink out, and then you can ice block right back here, mages, right? But you still need to get out. Same thing for Jay if you get it. I guess you can stay where you're at, Jay, because you're the only person. Yeah, Jay, you don't have to move. You're just going to conflag right there. You won't hurt the rest of us.
I can't wait to screw it up.
Unless this is range 8. Let me check. Is this range 8? Range 8.
It's pushing it if anybody's not perfectly stacked.
Let me see. It's range 8, right?
Yes.
No, it's fine. Because this is range 8 here. So if Jay's there and Raid's here, we're fine. So Jay, you don't have to move. Okay. All right. So range players. Does anyone have any questions about the conflagrate ability?
Just a thing for mages. You get off the ledge, then blink. It can fuck your blink up.
Yeah, I think mages know that in the sense that if they blink on like an up-down, sometimes they don't go very far. So obviously mages jump down then blink. All right, I'm moving on because there's a lot of mechanics with this boss. Ranged, are you good? Going once. Going twice.
I'm very average.
Okay, none of the ranged are going to wipe. You're all going to do great. So ranged, the reason I keep you up here is because we're dodging a lot of the abilities that the melee have to deal with. Okay, melee, your turn. All right. So melee, come look here on square. Don't go up, melee. All melee, just kind of look down. I'm going to throw some flares. Let me walk up here. Don't follow me because I'm shooting. All right. So let's start with the tanks. So Tardy and Benna, this girl needs 2 tanks. You're on the skull, and you're basically going to tank her over there. Okay. And then you're just going to, what's that? Is that, I forget what it's called, but it's a threat wipe. So you need to be 1-2. So Benna.
Strike or something like that.
Confounding blow.
That one.
Okay. Yeah. Whatever it's called.
So
Benna,
disorient, it looks like.
Yep. So it's very simple. Tanks, you need to stay 1-2. Benna, Tardy. Got it?
Got it.
Okay. Melee, you have mechanics you have to worry about that the range doesn't. So this is like a melee intensive fight. So melee, you're going to be behind Sacrilege, like obviously on her butt once the tanks find a good spot for her. And you're just going to pew pew. You can be stacked on top of each other. It doesn't bother anyone. Melee, just nuke Sacrilege, the shadow chick, as hard as you can. But remember, she does shadow abilities, like she does a frontal attack, she does a shadow fury that stuns you, she does all these abilities that I'm not going to talk about in detail because then we'll be here for forever. What you care about, melee, is when your stacks get too high of shadow, right? Because we talked about this earlier. You need to go clear it on the fire side. So how do you do that? Well, if you remember earlier, Z has patches on the ground. So Nick, Bram, Mancuck, Benna, Takanu, Tardigrade, all you guys, when you want to clear, you're like, wow, I'm at 6 stacks, I'm at 7 stacks, I can't handle this damage anymore. You need to run to the other side, stand in a fire patch, just take 1, don't get to 8, just go to like 6 melee because we're progressing. Obviously, we'll learn more later. Just start with 6 stacks. Once you get to like 6, run over here to this side down there, stand in one of the patches that Z dropped, clear it. You'll go to 1 stack of fire, 0 stacks of shadow, go back into shadow. Okay. Any questions on how that mechanic works? That includes the tanks. So after you do a tank swap, that's a good time to go clear your stacks off tank.
Okay.
Do you guys understand? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys see the other exit down there? Let me see. Can I throw a flare down there without pulling them? Stay there. I'm just going to try it. If they pull, whatever.
We can see it.
Okay, perfect. So melee, see that green flare just through? When you guys get conflagrate, you go out there, okay? So remember, you only have 3 seconds to move total. So the second the conflagrate picks you, so basically the boss will start casting, and then it's a 3-second cast ball. You need to get out there. So Mancuck, you can cloak it. Nick, you can bubble it, but you still have to go because as we talked about with immunities, it'll still AoE spread. So you can cloak it and then get out. You can bubble it and then get out. Does that make sense to you guys?
Do we take enough damage over there to die, or someone will be over there to heal us?
No, you just literally explode and then run back in. No one's over there to heal you.
So it's not that much damage. Okay.
It will kill them if they don't get a heal.
Yeah. So I will personals, Hellstone, something like that. I'll play it by ear once we do a couple pulls because this boss is going to wipe us extremely fast. All right. So melee, do you understand what you're doing, running out and then coming back in? I might end up putting a healer down there because I know Lurtz, you said you guys didn't, but the more I think about it, the more it makes sense to probably throw one healer down there. Spud, I'm going to put you down there with the melee. You're going to go throw down there, put your totems, enjoy yourself. Okay. Next mechanic. Oh, before I move on. Melee, do you want to understand that? You good?
Yeah, we're fine.
Yeah, some groups do it without a healer down there, Rainbow, but I'm going to put Spud down there. I'm going to make adjustments on this fight really fast when I see it in action. I understand. All right, next thing. The fire bitch. So who does this matter about? Bram, this is really important for you. Spud, this is really important for you. Bagel, this is really important for you. Cinders. But I'm probably going to have Bagel and Bram prioritize this because I don't know if Spud and Cinders can spare a GCB. The fire bitch is going to get a debuff that increases her strength, ability, whatever the fuck it does. Needs to be dispelled instantly. If it's not dispelled in a couple seconds, Z's going to die. So Z should be yelling, like, dispel on fire, dispel on fire. That should really come from Bram, and that should come from Bagel. So Bram and Bagel, you got that?
What is it, the Z's?
It's an offensive dispel on the boss.
Still a purge, then.
Mages, yes. You can try spell sealing if you want.
It's called pyrogenics.
So the reason I'm not saying Cinders and Spud do it is because here's the last thing about this fight. Then we got to talk about phase two. Phase 2. This is extremely healing intensive. This is crazy healing intensive. This is very healing intensive. Okay, so there is a mechanic with every stack reduces the healing received. Healers are going to be very stressed out. It's just very intense on healing. So Blue and Shiftrick, again, please be rolling hots on Tardy and Benna, whoever's tanking on that side. Jay, we're just going to trust you just to heal Z on the first pull because I just need to see the healing. So healers, very intense phase 1. There are other mechanics. No, not for the learning. No. Don't Ant Magic this raid. I'm pretty sure not. Pretty sure there was just some things that scale. Okay, that's it for... Yeah, don't do it. That's it for phase 1. Anyone have any questions so far? I know there's a lot going on, but ask me questions, please. It's a hard boss. Okay, good. All right, phase 2. Way easier. Phase 2 is the Shadow Bitch is dead. I'll show you in a second. So when the Shadow Bitch dies, we're all going to jump down. And then, Z, you're going to continue doing your tanking pattern you've been doing. The Fire Bitch will get healed to full. So chip damage cleave does not matter because Fire Bitch gets healed to full. And then the entire raid just stacks on her butt. Okay? Now... all that we have to do left to win the fight in phase 2 is Z. You need to clear your fire stacks by coming into the raid to get Shadow Furied. But if you do it at the wrong time, Z, you're going to put a fire portal underneath us, a fire splotch, whatever it's called, and we're going to wipe. So that's why I'm saying in phase 2, you're the most important player. So basically, Z, when you get up to like 6, 7, 8 stacks and you're like, I need to clear this because I'm dying, right? Wait for the fire bitch to put a fresh patch underneath you and then go run into the raid, get Shadow Furied because she's just going to Shadow Fury on top of the raid. And you guys all know what Shadow Fury does. It's PvP spell. I don't have to explain it. Just AoE, stuns us, whatever, Shadow Fury. And then, Z, you're going to go run back to your spot. Do you understand that, Z?
I got it.
Okay. And Lord says it's 2.5 second cast. So you have 2.5 seconds to get over there. And then for the rest of the raid, what happens is the Shadow Bitch gives her Shadow Fury to the Fire Girl so you can clear stacks. So we just basically get our stacks cleared automatically by staying on top. So phase 2 is way easier than phase 1. But phase 2 just becomes a nuke phase because healers are going to run people are going to be crying because there's going to be so much damage on the raid. Okay, no stun effect, he says. So that's the entire fight. We're going to wipe at this boss under 20 seconds, like 5 times. That's how hard this fight is. Any questions before I put people into positions and we see it? Okay, good. Oh yeah, and Gnomish cloaking advice, I forgot to say. If you're a melee, that removes... what does it remove?
So Gnomish cloaking advice is the only way to actually dispel conflag before it actually goes out.
So you can use it if she picks you.
Yes. Everything else you have to basically get out of the raid. This one will prevent the cast from going off.
And I'm assuming DBM is just going to yell at us at whoever has it, plus the weak aura.
DBM is slightly slow, so it's not really reliable. The weak aura will scream at the individual that has it, and legitimately will probably scare you the first time you have it.
Which person does that actual cast, Fire Girl?
LSS.
All right, I'm gonna put her on focus because then I can yell out as well. Guys, don't rely on me yelling out. If you get conflagged, you have to go. Last thing, so some of you people who might be worried about this conflag ability, ready? Fun fact: it only hits damage threat numbers 2 through 6. So if you're a healer or you're not a pumper, you're never going to take the conflag. But if you're a pumper, you're always going to take the conflag. So if you're like top 10 on the damage meters, you need to pay heavy attention to conflag. So grats pumpers, you've earned the conflags. Okay, about all the groups. Please, no consumes on this pool, unless you just want to, because this pool is going to be very quick. Oh, yeah, melee. Sorry, I forgot to say this. Melee players, I hate to tell you this, please put on your PvP trinkets if you have it. Yes, I know you're losing damage, you must put it on, because what happens is, if you get conflagged and then Shadow Furied, you automatically wipe the raid because you get stunned by the Shadow Fury. So, range doesn't have to deal with this, but melee you do. So, melee, put on your trinket. I know you're unhappy about it. Put on your PvP trinket, just do it. And when the Shadow Fury hits you and you get conflagged, you can just clear it and you can run out. And yes, that goes for the top damage dealers because you're going to get it. Okay, so now, start the pull. Let's see if we can do it. Please, if you're a ranged class or a healer, put on your slow walk. You can go up this way, like me, and then go this way. So ranged class gets into position. Ranged classes and healers should be on the square now.
I'm just over here by myself.
Yeah, you're by yourself.
Did you talk about threat being 1 and 2 for tanks?
Yep, tanks understand that. They're on it. And then the off tank, once you are done, once you get kicked down, you can go clear your stacks by running into one of Z's fire patches. And then melee, just clear your stacks in a fire patch around 6.
Oh, take off your slow walk, by the way.
Yeah, and then make sure your slow walk is off and you can walk like this. Because you're going to need to run now.
If a range somehow rips threat, and it's going to cause a shadow chick to run up here, they have to jump down. If they get up here, it's going to mess everything up, and we're going to lose too much uptime on the boss.
Yeah, we can just sacrifice. But range, just go slow for the first pull. Alright guys, once you're all up here, are you guys ready to see the fastest boss wipe ever? Because this boss is hilarious. Healers, keep in mind before we pull, ton of damage, so be pumping early and often. Last thing, hunters, let's talk about the pull, because this is a difficult way to pull. If we don't pull correctly, tanks and hunters, again, we wipe instantly because the fire bitch will put a fire thing under the raid. So the way the pulls happen is both the hunters can be in their position they're in now, which is with the square. Precursor, you're going to make the shot on the fire bitch, which is the orange one on the right, fire bitch, and you're going to do that to Z. And I'm going to do a countdown. At 2 seconds, your thing should fly and Z should jump. So at 2 seconds, yours is in the air, your shot's in the air, and Z jumps. At 0 seconds, the other 2 tanks go, and Razaya, yours is in the air. So Razaya, I need you to misdirect Skull to Benna. So please understand, tanks and hunters, the reason we do this is Z has to hit the ground first. So, Tardy and Benna, when you see Z take fall damage, so he hits the ground, takes fall damage, and you can stand over here by me, the tanks where square is, then the 2 of you go. Or I guess you could jump it, it doesn't matter. Actually, you could just jump it, it doesn't matter, I take that back. So, Tardy and Benna must jump when Z takes the fall damage, and that's the same time that Razaya's shot goes out at 0. Precursor's going early, is flying at 2 seconds, and Z is going at 2 seconds. Do you guys understand the pull?
I think so, yeah.
So, is my arrow supposed to hit when Z hits the ground?
Your bow, your aim shot should finish at 2 seconds remaining. So how long's your aim shot cast?
It's like 2.5. Like I can make that work. I just want to make sure for leading or lagging purposes.
Yeah. So the DBM,
if it goes off at 2, it doesn't matter when Z jumps.
Yeah. So the DBM pull, it's not a 0-second fight start. It's a 2-second fight start. So at 2 seconds, your arrow is leaving, and Z is jumping for the misdirect on him. At 0 seconds, and when Z hits the ground, it should be about the same time. Tardy and Benna are jumping, and Raziah's shot should land on the Shadow Boy to Benna. Do we understand? Because if we fail the pull, we wipe instantly. Got it?
Yes.
Okay, guys, let's try it. This is a nuke on the Shadow Bitch. Let's see how long we can last. Let's try to last longer than 15 seconds. I think that would be awesome. Okay, is everyone in position? Ranged in position? Let me see. Nick's there, Melee's there. Okay, I'm going to do a DBM in 15. Let's have some fun. All right, hardest boss so far Guild's ever faced. Here we go. Focus up. See if we can last longer than 15 seconds.
Be very
Healers.
Few bosses.
Here we go. Focus up.
4, 3.
No one touched the boss until the tanks are on it.
Oh, that's
I can't hit.
Can you back it up? Can you back the... Try.
She's not shuffle stepping. She's go baby. Okay, I'm just dragging her over. Because she won't shuffle step.
Dispel that.
Summonize, you have to jump down.
Jump down, Summonize.
Fine, let's see how long we can go for.
To the aid of fire.
He's just stopping on the... She's just...
Purge.
Fire to the aid
Purge.
of shadow.
Dude, look at us still going, not dead yet.
Yeah, I
Alright, now we're dead. Alright, how long did we last?
More than 15 seconds?
Alright, that's a win. Alright, run back. Okay, so I just want to talk... The only thing I understand, we can't hit them. So I just want to talk about the first players that died, so I understand. I think it was... Does anyone have live Warcraft logs running? I want to look at every poll. Alright, I'm gonna... Send me your link so I can just look at it. Villy and someone else died first. What killed you?
Aid of shadow.
Flame shear and flame touched.
Okay, so it was not Conflag?
No.
Okay, so you just died from healing.
There's not a single conflag going off that run.
No, it was. Bagel got conflagged and he ran out. I saw it. He did correctly.
I thought Nils got one.
Nils, you got one?
I got an alarm that I was getting conflagged.
Oh.
I didn't know what to do with that because
You were standing in fire.
Yeah, I got a lot of stacks. It took me a while to figure out like the range I could keep on the animation.
So, just to talk to specific players, so Z, did you see the animation on the ground? What you were looking for?
Yeah, by the time the our pull was done, I had it figured out.
Okay, good. So you figured that out. Obviously we know the left side was too far away, so next time, tanks, you don't even need to worry about doing that like backward stutter set boss thing. You can just
run her over. Yeah.
Run her over because there's not like a scary mechanic where she breathes on the raid. Okay. So you can just spin her around, just run her to us.
Okay.
The pull was actually perfect because when the second shot went out, the Shadow Girl was running up the steps, which is the pattern that you want. So the shot lands and then she turns around. So that was actually a really good shot. That was great.
So the pull was actually scuffed. A curse got applied and she started running before the shot ever landed.
Oh, someone cast it early?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, don't do that. Whoever did the curse, don't do that. But other than that, it worked well. We were obviously too far away on the left side. I don't think there's anything else that we learned from that. Melee, I guess we maybe learned this. How high did your stacks get, Melee?
Like 5.
Did you ever get to 6, or no, did we wipe?
It was over by that point.
Okay, so... 10 to 15 yards of the boss?
Yeah, like hugging the wall. And like it basically being in melee range, getting your initial threat, and then you're fucking off to the side.
Alright, so Z, just go further back then. You can be further away from the fire bitch after you do your initial stuff. Alright, so that was good that we saw that, and Bagel, you got the conflag and you ran out. That was phenomenal. Ton of healing damage, obviously, on the raid. Remember, Blue and Dennis focus tanks, because the rest of us are kind of pumping raid as far as we can. Alright, we'll get back here, no consumables. And then we'll buff up.
By the way, fire resist does not work on this boss. Not even a shadow.
Oh, there's a good point for Jay and whoever else is asking. There's no way for the range people or people up top to clear stacks unless you get Shadow Furied. So basically in phase 1, you just have to eat it. You have less than a minute to kill the Shadow Boss. If the Shadow Boss isn't dead in a minute, it's probably a wipe. So we're just practicing, and then once I think that we have... Once a minute goes by and none of us have died, we'll start consuming. Basically. And remember, Priest, I do need Shadow Prot, because it's a Shadow one.
Shadow Resist doesn't work.
Oh, yeah, no, because the range couldn't hear it at all. Oh, that's right. It doesn't work at all. Never mind. So, Pallies, don't worry about like Shadow or Fire up there. Yeah, there was no damage on the Shadow Girl, so I didn't get to see her actual percent. So now this pull with her in range, I can see what it looks like. And again, once we get to the 1 minute mark and we have everyone up, we can start consuming, we can start blowing lust, yada yada yada. Do we need to summon Karo? Is she lost? Let me see where she is.
I'm at least using the
Oh no, she's coming.
resist through death.
Yeah, I mean, you are allowed to use consumes. Don't let me stop you from being a pumper. You're welcome to. I'm just saying these wipes are going to be very fast, and I'm not officially calling for them yet. Because right now we need to practice.
The ones that persist through death.
Yeah, we need to practice mechanics. All right, ready? Check that you have that. You sent me them, right? Oh, thank you for sending me the logs.
There's a delay between wipes, just so you know.
That's okay. So now what I want to see, because every pull I want to see we can improve. Now I want to see how much damage we can take the Shadow Girl down before we instant wipe. Alright, make sure you do the slow walk, get into your position, and then when you get there, when you get on the hill, like in the middle here, you can turn it off and you can probably just run up, right? You just need to be the slow walk to get up this thing. And you go up on an angle, and then make sure your fast walk is on. Alright, everyone's ready? Dessa, you ready? And then remember, Melee, you're clearing your stacks in the fire thing around 5 or 6. You don't want it to get to 7 or 8. Alright, so Z knows what they're looking for. Everyone knows what they're looking for. Hunters, you both have MD up?
Like, it's ready. I'm waiting for a pull timer before I actually cast it, though.
Yeah, I can do that. We can hold damage for 5 seconds while we're practicing. Hold all damage for 5 seconds. Let the tanks grab it. Please wait a second before damage goes. Alright, so, sorry, Hunters, I misheard you. You said you're ready?
Yeah.
Was that good? Hunter, same thing. Precursor landing at 2. Resai landing at 0. DBM pulling 15. Z jumping at 2. Other tanks jumping when Z hits the ground or 0.
Am I shooting at 2 or landing it at 2? You keep switching.
Landing it at 2. Landing it at 2.
4, 3.
Landing at 2.
2.
Perfect. Okay. Tanks are moving. Perfect. Wait 5 seconds. DPS go. Watch for the conflag. If you're 2 through 6 and it picks you gotta run out.
Percentage amount of threat. Oh, you keep stuff on her back. Yeah,
Fire to the aid of
Flag on Nick, he should be running out. Nick blew up the raid. Okay, we'll see how quick he ran out.
Shadow to the aid of fire!
Nope, you stay in that. But you don't run up that.
Yes, but you don't. So melee doesn't move. You eat the Shadow Fury, but it's clearing your stacks. All right, nice. I should be doing a pull timer. You said not resettable or is resettable?
It's not. If they run out the room, it's an instant death for a single person.
Oh, okay, then die quick. Once we get to post, stop healing. Once we get to post 11:30, then we'll start doing like the eye protection pulls. All right, cool. So what we learned on that pull is melee. You stay in and you take the Shadow Furies. You're supposed to. You're not supposed to move unless you get the conflag. And then Nick, so you saw there because you blew everyone up. You just have to literally run the second that you get it, and that's the same for everybody. Because if you don't run the second that you get it, you don't have enough time to get out. So it's a very punishing mechanic, and only the top damage dealers basically have to worry about it. So if you're 2 through 6, if you're definitely below 10, pay attention. You're going to get the conflag. All right, running back.
Shadow Fury can also be cast on the range. Range do not move out.
Yeah, nobody moves from a Shadow Fury. And then healers. So healers, you're now understanding the damage that's coming out. You see that like debuff that goes on players. You see like individual people just get pumped, right? So you're figuring this out on the fly, healers. You're learning.
Mount, you fool.
I don't want to. I'm thinking.
Sink, you fool!
Yep, no, you take... The Shadow Fury is a good thing. So, the reason Shadow Fury is... Oh yeah, no, this is a healer check. This is one of many... This is a DPS check, healer check, blah, blah, blah. So, you want to take the Shadow Fury because it clears your fire stacks. If you have too many fire stacks, you're dead. Right? Right.
It is legitimately the only way for ranged and healers to drop fire stacks. And fire stacks is what's going to kill majority of the people. It is not a conflict.
And,
yeah.
And if melee takes it, they don't have to go get a fire
melee,
patch.
Correct, because they're going to be back at 0. Melee just need to look. If they're ever at 5 or 6, they're going to go out. I'm just restating for the couple people that like whispered or just put in raid chat who are confused. You don't move unless you're dropping the fire stack and the fire patch as a melee, or can flag. Other than that, you don't move. Phase 2 is when you jump down and get behind the butt of the boss. And 11:30, I need to start doing the eye protection.
Yeah, so the fire stacks, every stack you have is going to do 200 damage a second. Multiple stacks across the entire raid is going to clear out. So dropping stacks as often as possible is beneficial.
Well, healers are learning it. We're seeing the damage. I mean, it seems to be... There's the AoE light damage, and then there's heavy damage on a couple players, is what I'm noticing as a healer. So healers will handle it once we watch it more, healers will be fine. Jay, let's talk to you. How was solo tank healing?
The first time, a lot more damage, and that time, almost none.
So you can do it?
Pyrogenics was now, that's why.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely... I've been able to do it both times so far. We'll see.
Yep, so when Pyrogenics come out, just call for it, Z, and then Bagel or Bram need to turn and purge Fire Bitch, because I don't want Cinders or Spud wasting a GCD. Spud, you're jumping down with the melee.
Someone yell purge.
Well, no, let Z do it. No, let Z do it, because he's tanking it. He's just staring at it. So let Z do the purges. Just say, hey, purge fire, and they will. Okay, everyone's back. Let's buff up all the groups.
I'll make one of you.
I'm going to start running a stopwatch every pull, because like I said, once we get to that magic minute number with no deaths, then we can start consuming and heroisming and blah blah blah.
By the way, that was 1 second shorter than the first pull.
Oh yeah, well that one was different because the melee exploded. Alright, get in your positions. Remember, you walk up here. Once you get in the middle, you can take it off and you can run to the side. That way you know it's off. So remember, check the damage meters. Top 6, you might get it. And if you're close to top 6, like you're top 10, if you get a big crit and instantly you're top 6, it could pick you.
Also, DPS has to be aware, 1 and 2 on Sacalash has to be tanks. Both
yeah, it's
target
like
and senior.
It's like any other of those fights. It's like Blood Boil and Void Reaver. They know that, I think, but it's
Is
good.
it top threat or top damage?
Threat. 2
Okay,
through 6. Can you get it back to back? Sure.
Yep, you can legitimately get it every single time. Does not make you immune.
Remember, you can bubble or cloak it, but you still have to go out because you'll destroy everyone around you. So, same thing for mages, right? You still have to go out. Alright, whenever Tardy says he's ready. Okay, Precursor, you're landing at 2. Rizaya is landing at 0. Z is jumping at 2. The other tanks are jumping at 0, or when Z hits the ground. DBM, pull in 50. Oh, no, we're not ready. Caro, come up here. But slow walk so you don't fall.
Yannick, throw a flare again where you want me tanking the shadow, bitch. I think I just want to make sure I'm getting her in the right spot.
So you can stand on green, and we can hit. Good?
Yeah.
And then, Z, was your positioning good last time? Jay, were you happy with that?
He actually got a little close, and I had to move, but other than, because of line of sight, but he's fine.
Okay,
I'm not sure they're going to be too close and too far.
Okay, but make sure, obviously, at least 10 yards from Fire Bitch C. TBM, pull in 15. Here we go. Hardest boss or guild has ever faced. Let's see if we can get past 81%. Here we go. I'm gonna watch. I got a stopwatch running.
Last one is
5 seconds.
5, 4,
okay.
3, 2.
Stopwatch.
I can't even call out the conflags, guys. If it's on you, you just gotta go. It's so quick that you just have to move.
Fire to the aid of Shadow!
Benna's down. Tardy, your next tank.
I didn't see Benna for most of that.
Yeah, I had to
I saw Tardy had
Was I LOS?
away from him. I think that.
Rizaya, what?
Yes,
so I'm gonna. Hold on. I need to hear it. So Rizaya was LOS?
No, he said was I.
Was I LOS? Okay, so if that spot's not good, then Benna, let me put a different flare. You can do like.
Yeah, well, it's hard to like get her exactly there.
Yeah. All right, let's die quick. So that was a minute.
Senior. What does your death log say?
I think he got blown up by Tardy, right?
I actually don't seem to have. Dark Strike, melee, Dark Strike, Confounding Blow is actually what killed me.
Oh, the threat mechanic drop?
The threat mechanic, the move of it.
He got confounding the moment Tardy had the fucking.
Yeah, so it was a bad timing on the confounding and the conflag, and the confounding just killed me.
Got it.
Just the conflag went off close, so I was just.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be that too, but when I checked my log, it wasn't that. So I was far enough away, but others might not have been.
The only one that died to conflag was Bram.
Okay. Don't do that for tonight, Z. I want to get into a rhythm. This is one of those bosses that everyone needs to practice the rhythm, and then once you get into the rhythm, it gets much smoother. What's 34? Dura? Okay. Is anyone less than 34% durability?
Stay on task.
We were getting better at damage, so that was shorter, but we had 75%.
Yeah, I'm not. That's good. I'm not too worried about damage right now, because the reason I'm stressing a minute is because once I know we live for a minute, if we blow heroism and we use all of our consumes, then I know it dies. So you're still pressing all your buttons, right? But I'm mostly looking at the time.
I like it.
Yeah, because I don't care, and no offense to any puppers, I don't care about the pumping right now. I care about the execution. And also, fun fact, this boss is so quick that once we get it down, and it is within a minute, you win or lose the fight in the first minute. It's not like Brutalis where you do a 6-minute fight and then you wipe it 1%. This fight you win or lose in 60 seconds. So it's pretty cool.
Yep, it's just key of getting through phase 1 clean.
It's nice if they give us a left here and not have to run this one.
Oh, and I'm going to keep saying this so I don't forget. At 11:30, I need to start doing DI and summons. So Warlocks, make sure you keep shards, because once the raid can't get here anymore, I'm just going to call it. You also win or lose within a minute? Yeah, no. You and a lot of people.
You guys are being weird.
No, what are you talking about? It's just World of Warcraft.
In case anybody didn't know, this boss also drops another tier token. Random one. All of them. It can drop 2 of the same item.
Also, hopefully Abe and HP are still here and looking and learning, right? Because this is just a lot of, for the 2 you guys who aren't in here, this is a lot of just quick pulls. So hopefully you guys are watching. Alright, get all the buffs up.
Oh. Good idea, Nick.
Yeah, and you don't need the shadow buff apparently, because you cannot resist anything on this fight. Doesn't work like that.
It's all and there's no nothing.
Yeah, there is a strategy to do fire bitch first for kill. Fun fact, back in the day when this was the hardest raid ever made in the history of like even retail, the first world kill on this boss was a kill on the fire girl.
With
so that's
13
actually
healers.
Yeah, with 13 healers. That's actually a harder way to do it. So we're doing it the easier way, which is cheating by being up here. Alright, so that pull, one thing I heard was LOS from Benna. So Benna, maybe...
Yeah, I'll stay more on like that central circle, the red. That gilded red circle.
Okay.
Casters can also step 1 or 2 steps back. You won't be in range of the target.
If you're doing that, Jay, run a ranged 8 and yell if anybody is in your range 8. Just get the fuck away. So Jay, you call out if anyone's ranged 8 on you. I need an acknowledgement.
I told him to say something I'll never say.
Blue, and Iris currently.
Well, no, I mean in the fight. They're going to move in a second, but someone I was saying he's scooting over to get LOS, but not at the cost of being Ranger U. That means Benna has to move.
Because that boss isn't real consistent where it ends up, so you can get LOS pretty easy.
Benna's going to try and move it best he can.
Yeah, I'll try and keep her in that Gildan circle. She just does like to move a lot, and especially as the confounding blows happen and the threat's getting wonky.
Yeah, I didn't say it was you. I said it was the boss.
Yeah. No, she doesn't hold still.
But I'm saying it's you.
And then last thing, Blue Dini, for you specifically, I want you to look at the damage coming out and tell me if you think in your head it's better for a druid to be tank or healing these people that are getting trucked. Because I'm watching them getting trucked, and I know you can put like HOTS and then Life Loom, whatever it's called. But just keep doing tank primary for now. You want to try landing at 1? Yeah, we can try that. Resiah, try landing your MD at 1 instead of 0. Can you do that, Resiah? Okay, same thing otherwise with the 2 seconds and the 0. Or, you know what I mean. DB115. Alright, Resiah landing at 1, Precursor landing at 2, Z jumping at 2, Tanks jumping at 0, or when Z hits the ground.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, I can't call out conflags. You guys just have to look. If you get it, you have to run out.
Fire to the aid of shadow!
And boom. So I saw that one summonize. You didn't turn off your slow walk.
Guilty charge there.
Yeah, remember?
I he was slowed when he was walking out.
No, he was just trolling us.
Shadow to the
So run back.
All right.
No. So remember what I said, guys? So you know that your slow walk is off. Take the slow walk on to the middle. Once you get on the ledge, take it off and then run to your side. Because the slow walk, the purpose of the slow walk is not that I don't trust you guys being near a ledge. It's that it's very hard to get up that ledge, right? So you use the slow walk to go up and then take it off and then run to the thing. You know, reach boss there? Okay. Benna, can you bring it a little closer? The Shadow Priest can't reach it.
Yeah, I can bring it. Okay, so if she needs to be a little... Okay, I know where she needs to be then.
Both hunters were in range of me.
Oh, and to motivate you guys for fun, I'm going to call out every time it's 1 minute post-engage, because that's how long we have to last. Halfway through the run back was 1 minute, by the way. Alright, run it back.
Good foot.
Do you see Jay walk off that ledge? Out of all the players that I thought would all walk off the ledge, he was not the one.
There's an angle that you can run up and you don't have to have an issue with.
Hey.
Yeah, there's also a jumping angle too, but I'm just doing slow walk because more trustworthy.
I'll sacrifice myself. Okay.
I mean, if you think you can get up on a jump on an angle, I'll let you do it without slow walk. But if you fall, I'm gonna call you out for falling for the rest of the night.
I hate you.
No, Jay, it's starting now.
Not you. Not you. Unless he ran by me. I got dismounted and he just kept on going, but then he got dismounted. So.
That's really, really 50-50 on whether or not you get dismounted or not.
It's not for me.
Stayed on for the first time.
I've never
Yeah. It's only ever done it for me once, ever.
5-10% chance for me.
It's all about your lag. You can lag through it and never get dismounted, or if you have good lag, or well, like 0 lag, you will always get dismounted.
Oh, yeah, Spud, that's a good point too. So, when you get Conflagrate, it's the same thing as every other boss in the history of this game when I've said it a million times. Do not jump if you get Conflagrate. The server updates your position every time you're on the ground. So if you're in the air jumping, you actually lose time of getting away. If you get Conflag, just turn your character, run forward. That's all you do. Turn and run. Turn and burn, baby. Slow walk on, and then you get up here, turn it off, run to the corner. Perfect.
That makes me so happy.
What, Jay?
Nothing at all.
Whatever it was, I'm glad it made you happy. Making you happy is my life goal here. Ooh, I stole soda.
Hey, you live your dreams then.
This is fun though, man. I'm so glad we have really hard bosses. This is great. I gotta admit, when the guild started out and it was Molten Core and Blackwing Lair, I was like, holy shit, this is easy. And I was like falling asleep in my chair as a raid leader. But I'm glad that we have some challenging shit now.
Hey, you gotta admit, you were surprised when we killed Felmyst. I heard it in your voice.
I was with Caligos. You said you one-shot it? I was like, well, yeah. And then when I was leading this week, there was like, what, 5 wipes? And I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, I was totally impressed / surprised when you guys one-shot it.
No.
Felmyst tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, tonight?
Oh, we killed it. Wow.
Oh, yeah, no, I was totally impressed.
You were surprised. It was like, oh, this is going to be a million wipes, and it wasn't.
Mixture of surprise. It's because I was watching healing, and healing was really difficult, so I was thinking of bringing in the Holy Bagel, but then we got it, so it's good on the healers. Alright, ready check, no consumes unless you're a baller. Again, we need to survive basically 1 minute before I start consume heroisming. I'll say that 3 times fast. I might need
You're not
to
the boss
just,
with me?
Okay, fair. I might need to flash heal spam, because what's happening is I'm seeing like 5 people get a lot of damage. I might have to switch to like flash heal spamming. Okay, here we go.
Runners can eye the beast their pet to about halfway down the ramp. So
alright, everybody's ready. Everyone's up here. That pool looks good. Ben, I'm bringing it a little closer so Rainbow can hit it because she's a poor little Shadow Priest. DBM pool in 15. Slow walk off. Make sure it's off. You can walk like this. Make sure it's off.
5, 4, 3.
There you go. Can Rainbow hit it there?
Summonize your second.
Get ready for first and flag, whoever it is. I can't tell you. You just gotta react.
That's still recharging.
Dispel.
That's
Tardy, you need to be second. Summonize, jump down.
Okay, I don't understand why she's not going for me.
It's fine. Clear, just bring it back. We're still going. We're still going.
To the aid of fire.
I can reach.
I'm trying, she won't always move.
Okay.
Spell.
Fire to the aid of shadows.
Sorry, the only reason I'm calling it out is because DBM was telling me.
That's fine.
Oh, look at you guys still going. I even forgot to do my timer. We're 1 minute.
You can get it off, I know.
Shadow to the aid of fire! Shadows and go!
Yeah, Razai was consumed in Hero. She's supposed to be dead a minute in.
Fire to the aid
Alright, a
of
couple
shadow.
more pulls, and I'm gonna start consuming. So, let's run back.
So I think at the beginning I was getting stacks relatively slow, reasonable pace. And then all of a sudden I started getting them super fast.
What stacks?
The shadow stacks.
Were you tanking her?
Yeah.
At the time? Yeah.
But I was tanking her before and I wasn't going fast. Okay.
You just have a higher chance. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Just as a reminder for everybody, I know we're all thinking about phase 1. If we get through phase 1, you jump down, get on the butt of the fire girl, stack tightly, and the only player whose movements matter are Z's. Because there's no more conflagrate, and Z just needs to clear his stacks. So Z waits for the patch, then comes in when the Shadow Fury's being casted to the raid, and then goes out. Let's run back. So, let's talk about that wipe there. So, you were or were not second, Tardy?
Well, I mean, on my meter, I should have been second.
I wonder if it's like blood.
So was that buggy?
If it's like the blood boil threat, then it's not doing the 30% range buffer.
Summonize. Did it show you as second or did it show you as third?
I saw
on your
screen on mine.
On yours? Okay, then make sure you slow down then.
Let's just relax early, you know?
Yeah, we can go back to waiting. I don't know if we were. Please wait 5 seconds. Jamak, call to hold the damage, Jamak, and then 5 seconds in, call for go. Because I'm going to forget to do that.
Okay.
So you just say, like, hold, and then tell the DPS when to start. That was a great pull, though. We lasted for about 1:15, but we had 7 dead. If I can get to about a minute with no one dead, then I think we're in it to win it.
So when conflict goes off, and even though you're out of the group, you are still taking massive amount of damage, you need to have direct heals into that person. TOTS are not going to do it. That's how I died there.
No, Jay, damage from like all players is starting about 5-6 seconds after engage. Nothing to do with the DPM timer.
I want, honestly,
yes, that's what I was saying.
I would prefer, rather than me calling it out, if it's just another thing to worry about, then he doesn't have to. But to Senor or Tardy Z having everything set, I personally believe is enough time. But just watching threat meters is really going to be the key.
I'm saying I just don't want people to like go. You know what I mean?
I could say something like when Tardy and I's threat looks good, like if Reach has, like 10k.
Oh, you're posing a change? No, I think it looked good, Jay. Like, I think they're getting used to it. That pull looked really good. I don't think there was an issue with the pull there.
Yeah, I was just talking about instead of Jamak having to call it.
Oh. I mean, I can call it. I'm looking at other things. I can call it. It's not a big deal. Damage. Yeah, I understand. Damage, please don't go until I call. Alright. That's a good pull, guys. Ready check. That's why I said we're getting closer to where I want consumables. Because once I use consumables, we're going to start heroisming. Heroisming? Is that a word?
Just popping hero? How about that?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, make sure your auto run thing is not on, and you're up here safely. There is a repair bot down, apparently. If you need it, it is Mark's skull. Go ahead and use it before we pull.
I was already up on my spot.
Yeah, it's a quick bite. It'll be back. Alright, whenever Iris says he's ready, no consumes yet. Oh, I like the progress we're making. This is good. Alright, Iris is moving, which means he's ready. DBM pull in 15. Here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2.
Make sure you back up Z once you got it. About 10 yards from him, from her. Dispel.
Shadow to the aid of fire! Fire to the aid of shadow!
Dispel.
Carol needs an innervator.
Innervator.
Shadow to the aid of fire!
I like that. I like that a lot. Dispel.
Fire to the aid of shadow!
I like that a lot. That was a long attempt. That was like $130. We lost like 3 people, but I didn't tell you guys a little secret hint, nod. Not that I won it, but you can beat this boss without 25 people. So if you have some dead, you can still win. You just need to get to phase 2. Alright, which means next pool, we're starting here with some Zen. We're starting consume. So run it back. We're going to do a real big boy pool now. Bagel, good job running out. Without looking at the Warcraft logs, some of the melee randomly died. Like, Takano, how did you die? Couldn't figure yours out.
Yeah, I was looking at my combat log.
I think you pulled threat on the when I got conflag. You had higher absolute.
Okay, yeah, because I got hit with a Shadow Fury, and then I took a melee swing.
Yeah. So I think she's doing the blood boil thing. So like the third and fourth, like third threat has to be either in melee 10% lower than the second. Than this off tank, or ranged 30% lower than the off tank.
I'll adjust.
Yeah, that's a good point, Jamak, because I remember seeing how low you were. I'll just say it to everyone. Guys, this is a harder healing fight than Felmyst was, so if heals are slow, you need to take care of yourself. So that means ice block, we'll do Hellstones this next pool. There is a ton of damage on the right, and healers are pumping. Tardy, if you're not tanking, you can blow Innervate if it's in range. Shiftrict, Aor, try to get it to anyone who needs it. Blue, I'm assuming you're going to use yourself. But like, don't let either Holy Priest go out of mana for sure. So the second Caro goes Zoom, and I think she hit like 0% at some point, just give it to her. Don't even ask.
I think healing gets a lot easier in phase 2.
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Phase 2, and I'm trying not to like overburden Z, but I know he can do it because Z is Z. The only player that matters is Z. So when the raid jumps down, we just heal and DPS. If Z does it correctly, we win. That's it. There's nothing else we do in phase 2. It's just one player.
So the only 2 people that died at conflict was Rosiah at 1:30 and Iris at 2:04. So
yeah, no, it was a phenomenal pull. That's why I'm clear to start consumes. 30 minutes. We need to start doing DI protection because I'm not going to re-clear this gauntlet.
Somehow Caro doesn't have a death log, just says dead. So that's nice.
It's because she turns into a bird. You have to look at the second death of hers.
Bird.
There is no second death. That's why I was just weird.
Oh, then the fight ended.
Minute 40.
Alright guys, this is it. If we kill the Shadow Chick with like less than 5 people dead, we can win. And then we can have 2 bosses dead in one night, which would be awesome. So this is a consume pool. So when you get here, all consumes up. We will heroism this pool. If the boss is in position and no issues, we're gonna hero. And thank you, Bagel and Luritz, for promptly running out. Remember, Melee, if you get it, you have to run out too. Don't forget about clearing your stacks, Melee. I'm going to say one more time, if we get to phase 2, we jump down, we stack on the butt, we never move. The only player that has to move is Z. We let Shadow Furies and shit hit us.
containers, you can basically put your pet halfway down the ramp, so it doesn't have to run as far.
All right, consumes up now. If you have 1 hour like oils and crap, let's get it up because we have 1 hour left in the raid. Consumes up. This is a real pull with heroism.
Normally I would put my pet halfway down, but when threat is an issue and I'm busting as soon as I can at the beginning, letting the cat have a few extra seconds just helps.
Oh, say that one more time.
Bust.
Oh.
Keep soulstone because
clipped.
We wiped. Run out.
What the fuck?
Hold on, clear. Let's see if we're okay. Clear. Run out. Sorry guys, I know we just used this. We gotta die quick. I'm sorry we just used the consumes.
Yeah, sure.
Remember when you run up there, because I saw who did it, you don't jump forward, just please walk. Or please slow walk.
I am now broken.
That's fine, we'll do another repair bot. Run back. No one hates you. We all like you. I hate Jay.
I was just gonna say I went ahead and did it first so that no one else would feel bad about it.
Yeah, Jay was the first one. It's okay, we needed that so we could actually kill the boss. Can I do it next? No, Rainbow, please don't. No, Resiah, do not do it next. Alright, so as I was saying, this pull is the one where we consume and we one-shot the boss with heroism. I do think we have it tonight even, just because that last pull without consumes looked really good. I was very happy with the way that pull looked.
I actually had to jump down that pole because I got threat too easy.
Blue, I trusted the people. I had.
And that was your mistake.
Is my
we
mistake.
all paid for it.
I had too trusting. Alright, please slow walk. Yeah, please slow walk into position and we'll consume. Hey, what do you call it? Like a blood sacrifice? That was a consume sacrifice, so we can kill the boss. And then warlocks, preferably not. Warlocks, keep your soul stones because I'm going to use those and DIs for white protection. How much shards you got, warlocks? You guys?
Enough.
Enough? Okay. I mean, I can probably res a lot of that room, right?
If they're on the bottom, no. Anything on top, you're fine.
Well, if they're on the bottom, it's 30 yards. I can just grab them if they're near me.
It will pull the boss.
Resing them pulls the boss?
Yep.
What the fuck? Since when is that a mechanic in World of Warcraft? You res somebody under there.
Else in this game.
That doesn't work anywhere else in this game.
Since Sunwell?
Yeah, you know what?
Okay, I believe you. I didn't say you were lying.
No, I believe him because he's been here. I'm just saying that's insane. I'm gonna try it anyway. I say we fucking try it. Billy, let's consume it. You jump down there.
I say, can 23 of us wait outside the room? And
I need a repair bot here.
Why? Hold on. We need another repair bot. Consolidate it down to the side. Sorry, another bot. Someone missed the other one. All right, there's a bot. This is the last one of the night. There's two. See those bots? Use them. Those are the last bots of the night. If you need more consumed or candles, crap like that, grab it. Symbols, whatever you need, grab them up.
Do not have enough money to repair.
Trade me. Where are you?
Don't believe you.
I have 1 gold.
Just like a friendly reminder, if you want to, just get in the middle here.
Alright, slow walk. Do what I do. Slow walk up, and then you bank a turn, and then when you get up, you turn your slow walk off, and then you run in position.
Just, sure.
Well, what were you going to say? What are you trading?
I was just going to say move, like, don't even worry about being on the ledge. Just side swipe it and you'll go straight to this corner.
Alright, do I see all the ranged players up here?
Not yet.
I'll wait for Sam and Caro and Blue.
Just turn off your fast run. Just
Oh, Caro, do you not have the slow walk bound? Okay, there you go. Yeah, because I haven't seen you do it yet. I know some people don't like to even bind slow walk. Some people hate.
I have it bound to K.
It defaults to the...
Alright, consumes up, we made it.
On your tip key.
So as I was saying, this is our consume pull. This is our kill pull. If we get the Shadow Bitch down with 20 players still alive, it's a win, I'm telling you. Like, Phase 2 is stupidly easy compared to Phase 1. Jay, I'm gonna do a ready check. Check consumes.
Some people missing food. I'd like to see.
Yeah, I'll wait. Heroism will go about 10 seconds in. So do not want anyone to rip it. No damage for 5 seconds, and then you start. Jay, tell us when ready.
Well,
make sure you can test your slow walk, make sure it's off. You go like this, yeah. Okay. Alright, everyone's ready. Hunters, this is exciting. Tanks is exciting. Everyone else, equally exciting. Here we go. This is a heroism pull. We'll pull at about, or heroism about 10 seconds in.
5, 4,
here we go.
3, 2.
Weight damage. Damage may start now. All groups heroism.
Watch your threat.
Watch your threat.
Fire to the air.
Nick, run out.
Shadow.
Did he start running quick enough? I didn't see it. Oh, he just barely made it out. I think he flagged for
Desire jump.
Desire jump. Dispel boss. Dispel boss.
Pain.
Shadow to the aid of fire.
How do I shift rift if we have it?
We do.
My threat meter's being kind of wonky.
Fire to the aid of
Coming eyes out.
Nick, move.
I can't. I'm healing as hard as I can.
That's still rich.
I cannot heal any harder than I am currently healing. Dispel boss. Dispel fire.
That spell isn't ready yet. I can't.
Shadow to the aid of fire.
Keep going.
Still you pass me getting behind stack.
Okay. I mean, I'm pumping as fast as I can. I'm still 20% behind you.
Watch your
boss.
Shadows and fire to the aid of shadow.
30 soon.
Yep, there's too many people
Spell
done.
isn't ready yet.
Keep going. I want to see how low we got it.
Or you can just run over there and reset your stacks.
Yeah, remember, if you get to 6+, you go into the fire and dispel the other boss.
Even if you have to move the boss.
Did you get a soul stone or anything for this? No.
No, it's not post 11:30.
You're right.
Alright, what did we get to her? Her
24.
Nice! Alright, run back. So we need to get that to 0. Let's see.
I'm waiting for a wipe to release so the logs don't mess up.
That's fine. So what was our lowest pull before we started lusting?
25.
Yeah, and that was 24. That's what I thought. So that pull, even with the lust, was just not executed as well as the one prior. So the one prior, when it was 25%, had we heroed and consumed that pull, we should have killed her. Okay, so that one, some people died early. Nick ran out barely in time. I think it clipped to Kanu, but we healed them through it.
Ranged also got threat, so we
got clipped by it, yeah.
Ranged got threat.
If a single range pulls, we're losing about
they shouldn't
7 to 8% uptime, which is
that's
a lot of DPS that we're losing.
Well, what happened is you have to have 1-2 on the tanks. Healers, please don't touch Z. Let Jay do it, because you're losing GCDs and other targets. Something else I just thought of. It's a rare situation, but so Shiftrick, you got up to, I think, 15 before you die. Basically, the way the range team gets their stacks cleared is she's supposed to Shadow Fury us. If she doesn't for a while, you can get crazy high stacks. So if you're like double digits, like 12, 13, 14 stacks, and you're in the range team, you can jump down, stand on the melee, and you'll get your, or stand on the, actually, no, you can't. Shit. Because it's RNG.
Cleared eventually for me, but yeah, my DBM was yelling.
Yeah, no, that doesn't work because... No, there's no... Shit, it's just RNG. Fuck, there's no way to force a shadow clear. What about does the boss do like? Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Does the boss do like a frontal shadow thing?
Shadow blades, I believe.
Yeah, I saw shadow blades, but is that just a targeted tank mechanic, or is that?
I'm not sure. My thing doesn't say whether it's just tank or if it's a cleave.
I'm figuring it out real quick.
You have to wait for shadow. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about because I'm processing this boss in my head. As
Looks like shadow blades are hitting me.
Yeah, it should be like an AoE, like it should be a melee range. So I guess if push comes to shove, you just stick them down there into that 5-stack.
Yeah. So if you're a fire person, so in that situation, Shifter, you were 15 before you died, Battle Residue. That was just bad RNG that you didn't get a clear from the Shadow Fury. Shadow Fury is what cleared you. You can go into the front of the Shadow Boss and see if it clears. Okay, guys, I'm not going to wait for Hero because we do need to do pulls. So I want this pull with consumes, without heroism. I want to see how good we can do. We need to get this boss.
Yeah, the other thing that clears the fire, there's a Shadow Nova that goes out. It says it's generally to the second highest threat, so usually be the off tank, and it'll do a small amount of shadow damage to everyone in a 10-yard radius. So melee will be getting that on them.
Shadow Nova, that's only in second phase.
Oh, it's only second. Oh, okay.
Because it's off of Lady Sacrilege, or it's
right,
only when.
Get into your position so I can consume. Bagel, get up here. Jay, get up here. Summonize, get up here. And then when you're up here, you can consume.
If like that time I had a long threat lead on Benna, a lot of stacks. Should I drag her to fire and then back out?
You can drag her to a patch, sure. That's fine. Alright,
Shadow Blades does AoE damage within 20 yards of her, so if you're high in stacks range, you have
Alright, consume, pull, without heroism. We can still technically win if we get good RNG, so that's why I'm pulling. I'm not going to wait 5 minutes, we need practice. So, consume should be up. And then pretty soon I have to start doing DI protection. Alright, Z, you ready?
Hang on.
What do you need? Okay.
You can start your timer.
Alright, I'll start the timer. DBM pull in 15, here we go. You can just wait, Kara, if you want. Okay, here we go.
5.
Pull consumes
4,
up here, we're pumping.
3, 2.
Jay, yell if anyone's in your range.
Yeah, we'll do that precursor. Oh, this is 10. It's tough.
Range 8.
Yeah. Precursor looks close.
Get ready for first conflag. If you got it, you need to run out.
Fire to the aid of shadow!
I can't help
a lot of range above me on the front.
Just someone blew us up. Rizia, not quick enough. Alright, I'm back.
So instead of going to the side like that, just go straight backwards.
Yeah, no, but remember, so Rizia, this is what, this is good because now I get a hero pull. So Rizia, remember what I said, you have to react almost instantly. You did run in the correct direction, but remember when I did the dry run that everyone laughed at? You literally have all 3 seconds to move, and if you don't use all 3 seconds, you lose. If you want to put on your boots for speed, if you want to feel more comfortable with that, you can. Alright, this next pull we'll get a hero, and then I think after that I need to start doing DI protection. Because we'll have respawns. I really wish they had a port to this boss.
Oh, the port comes after you kill this one.
Yeah, or at least like...
No, who's that, Jay?
Just a guy.
Just a dude? Just a dude? He's just a dude. Yeah, I totally have hero for this bull. Nice. Alright, I'll start using protection.
Blue.
Hilarious. Giggity.
Okay, there's pride, blue.
Alright, Warlocks, make your soul stone. I'll call out your things for DI protection. I also have Cinder's up top with her Ankh in an emergency. This pool will have arrows. Jump, spin. Jump, spin.
There is a melee perspective kill in screenshots if anybody wants to look at it. If we're running back, like 5 minutes.
Oh no, we're not on break. We're still going.
It's the run back. It's
yeah. Alright, Summon Eyes, you want to give me a soul stone? I'll be responsible for the raid's DI protection. Starting now. Oh, so please try your best not to fall down, because now that we're using DI protection, we can't run back because the mobs will be up. So please do your best not to fail a pull.
Since Resin pulls the boss, will we be able to?
One, I want to test that. Two, I have a ton of shards, the Warlock said. So we're fine. We are okie dokie. Alright, buff up. Once you're in position, you can get your consumes. Remember, there are only 3, count them, 3 bosses left in this entire expansion. And the first of the 3 is right in front.
No one's gonna say it's 2?
Yeah, it's 2. Figures it would be twins. And the twins!
I hate you.
What? It's like the Steam Twin commercial I linked the other day. Okay, ready, check. I have the DI protection.
Couple of people missing food, boss.
Yep, they're going out. Make sure you can move. And good progress on this boss so far. We had a 25% pull and a 24% pull. If you get a 0% pull with 20 people up, you can win.
Don't look at your walk.
Where are we? We cooking dinner?
I hate y'all cooking dinner. Alright, everyone is ready, which means tanks are ready, which means we're excited, we're going. Here we go, 15 seconds. Remember, I can't call out conflags. The second it happens, you need to run on you. It's so quick,
5,
you just need to react.
4, 3, 2.
Wait damage. Some of you are starting. Alright, start damage.
I can cast that.
3, 2, 1. Welcome, 0.
That spell isn't ready yet.
Fire to the aid of Shadow!
Dispel fire boss.
Cast that. That's
Shadow to the aid of fire!
Ben is dead. Tardy, you're the only tank.
It's gonna go out. It's on a bunch of range.
Fine, just do your best. See if we can get it till it dies. Kill it till it's dead. Shifter, you can go down and try to clear it.
I can cast that.
I was already down. Okay, perfect. Percent on the girl?
That spell isn't ready
39.
yet.
Yeah,
Okay.
38.
It's too far
Shadow
away.
to the aid of fire!
I can't hit.
That's still recharging. That spell
Alright,
isn't
except for the warlocks, everybody run back.
Shadow!
Except for the warlocks, everybody run back. It should still be down, but otherwise, will we get 30? Okay. We need to... So that other pull was really good. We need to mirror that pull. I'll have to look closely. It was just luck. Seems to be a lot of lucky things that can and can't happen in this fight. We're getting consistently into the 20s, though, which is good progression. Alright. Alright, so everybody but the warlocks. Because if they're up, I'll summon the raid. But I think next time they're definitely up. Everyone else run back. I think they should be up at 11:30, so if you go now, should be fine.
I'm in the perfect spot to res if you want to test that.
Okay, don't take it then, Luritz. Actually, I'm not going to res you at all. I'm going to res you in a second.
Can you do it before the rest of us?
No, I'm gonna explain. So the rest of you, so Summonize come with me, and then Decimation come with me. Raid,
really careful not to trigger the.
Yeah, raid. Stay by the white flare. So raid, including the warlocks, and then if something goes to shit, Jay or Dessa can whatever. Stay there, Luritz. All right, so you guys are by the flares. Please don't leave that area.
The Naru.
Okay, so you're there. And let me know... That's fine, you'll see. Let me know when the raid is at the pretty colored squares, and I'll res the Ritz and I'll test it.
I already have it pending.
Can you cancel it?
Yeah.
Because I want to see if it has something to do with, like, the actual cast. I don't know if it's...
Are we running up?
You're going to where the flares are and you're waiting there.
Okay.
The only reason why I said that it does is because it did on me, so...
Hey, no, I'm down to test anything. I love testing. I live for that shit. Alright, if this goes sideways, Jay, just DI somebody.
I am advertised.
Okay, let me know when you're at the color flares.
Be there first.
Donnie, we can hear whatever's going on.
Playing with a slinky.
Alright, Jay, you there now?
Me? No.
Okay.
I'm
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Alright, Jay, if this goes south, DI somebody, nobody else. Alright, testing if I can res with a corpse underneath the boss. Here we go. I can. Okay, raid, come forward. Test complete. Alright, so because we have 30 minutes left in the night, every other pull is without heroism. I am not stopping pulls waiting for heroism because we need practice on this boss. We are consuming. So, when you get here, get into position. Be very careful about it, please. Decimation. Once I see people in position, give me a soul stone. Weird that usually bosses, you come from, like, the bottom and they're above you. This is one of the few bosses I can think of that, like, you're coming in above the boss. Not usually how they do it.
You could say that again.
Yeah, I know. You usually don't come in the bosses. But here you do. We have the high ground. We never have the high ground.
Oh, right. Don't. Oh.
So I have the DI protection for this one.
That's a visual you didn't need.
Alright, all consumes up, please. No hero this pull, heroism next pull. We need cleaner pulls. Caro, just for you, I'm noticing that if you and I have the debuff and we're getting trucked, binding heal on another low health person with like 10 stacks, really good. Really good on this fight. Probably better than circular healing in that situation.
You can destroy by confounding blow. It's killed you half the time.
Who's getting killed by confounding blow?
Senior.
Bad senior.
I mean, when it hits me, like I've usually taken a bunch. I mean, it hits for like 5, 8K.
Alright, ready, check.
Yeah, the last one hit for 7. Oh,
Alright,
it hits for 7.5 to 10, according to my thing.
Jay, you ready? Caro, you ready?
I said I was ready, but...
Alright, let's kill this boss without heroism because it would be hilarious. All you need to do is kill the shadow bitch before she goes above us. Okay. DBM pull. What?
You're good. No, you're good.
Okay. DBM pull in 15. Here we go.
I just needed to whisper.
The pulls have looked really good. Let's keep that going.
5, 4, 3, 2.
You should be waiting on damage. Now you should start damage. Get ready for first conflagrate. Top damage players, you're gonna get it. On tardy.
Right, took a second.
However, just pull, jump down.
That's still the shot.
Dispel fire, bitch.
Spell isn't ready.
Shadow to the aid of fire.
That's still the shot.
Really?
I said jump down. Yeah, or shatter.
No, I see second.
I might need to wait a full 10 seconds.
Shadow.
Because it seems to be pretty out of control. Alright, with the exceptions of the warlocks, everyone else can run back because I have the eye protection. We're gonna have to Aor. Yeah, no, we have to, because what's happening is when people pull, you're losing effective uptime when the boss runs away. So I am going to have to wait like 8-10 seconds.
Watch your threat. It's not hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
I highly disagree with hand-holding people not being able to watch their threat. Do it.
All right, everyone except the warlock should be running back. And if there are things,
say the random threat jumps combining with a core hunter ability failing at random.
No, there was
slightly hard to negotiate.
There was times, Precursor, where it at least. Go ahead and stay at the front.
You're running back. You're running back. You're running. You're. Yeah, no, you're running back. If there are trash, I have summons. If there's not trash,
okay,
then you're just running through. I have.
I'm not talking specifically the last pull. It's fairly consistent. We're having the issue with every single pull. I don't know if we can handle that with a super tight timer that we need to push, and we need to use hero to beat that timer.
So I'm not worried about the timer because the timer is not as super tight as you think it is. This is not a boss where it's finish in a minute or don't. It's a boss where you execute the mechanics correctly. So you can execute the mechanics correctly for 2 minutes. You just need to do it. So it's not like a brutalis check, if that makes sense. But it is still a check nonetheless.
Yeah,
I mean, if the healers are doing our best. We still need to practice conflagrates. We still need to practice a couple other things.
If I may.
Yeah, sure.
That last pull specifically, it was odd whenever she got pulled up. I did not see Precursor on my threat meter as number 1. I didn't even see him as number 2.
That's what I'm saying. That's the random jump.
Yeah, it's so in regards to,
and then it popped, like my threat entirely disappeared on my screen, so that's why I thought it was okay. The arrow landed, and then suddenly there was like 3K before I pulled it, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
It was really, really odd. If I, generally speaking, like one of us would have called it out if like you were inching up, but it like came out.
All right, Laritz put a soulstone on me. So, yeah. So something Laritz said too, and I'm sure other people have seen this fight or done it on ults. His group waits 10 seconds because they complain about the threat too. So it could just be a very wonky fight. So because this one is hero, I'm gonna wait 8 to 10 seconds. So please, for love of fucking God, do not go unless you're a tank or a hunter who's trying to misdirect.
The only thing that we do in that pause time is debuffs. That's the only thing that happens.
Yeah, you can put up debuffs, but please wait, because it seems right now the current problem is the threat is wonky. And Sam, to your point, because I haven't seen 0% yet, we do not need to be as tight on the push yet.
Yeah, let's fully establish Tardy and Senor as number 1 and number 2, and it's also very likely that Tardy's going to eat that first conflag, which is another reason why we need to wait longer.
Yeah, and please also remember, right now, I know I am consuming and heroisming, but execution needs to continue to improve. So yes, the damage is important, but execution is what's getting us. If you do that better, you'll have everyone up, more damage. Just logical. Alright, where's my ready check button? We have 30 minutes left in the raid. Where is my thing? There it is. And my food is coming out. Ready check. This is a hero pool. Yeah, I think Rizaya showed, like, his friends guild took 153 pulls on this. I don't know how many pulls we're at. We're at...
Not that many.
We're at like 10.
Not even close to that many. So what you're saying is we're doing really, really well.
No, I mean, the 24 and the 25% pulls have been good. We just need slightly better execution. So we're learning it as we go. All right, Jay, let me know when you're in position and you're ready. I have the DI protection this time.
I can be ready.
You're good, Jay?
Yeah, I was just looking at different things.
All right, here we go. This is a heroism pull. You may not damage until I tell you to. If I see shit in flight that's not debuffs, I'm gonna be pissed. So please don't. DBM pull in 15. I will give you heroism to start when that time comes.
Who am I hearing free?
4,
Drain the girl.
2.
Drain her power until there is nothing but a
You're waiting
shell.
until I tell you to. You're waiting. 3, 2, 1. All groups heroism. Pump it. Watch your threat. Ram, you can come back up. Damage, Ram. Dispel the other dude. Bring it back this way. Dana, can you bring it back this way? So we can hit it. The damage dealers back here can't hit it.
I was confounding gloat and had 12 stacks. I was standing and fired. Try and get that off to not die.
Fair, very fair.
Dispel fire. Cinder, stay down.
To the aid of Shadow!
Who got conflag up top?
Summonize.
Summonize.
You
Alright,
never
summonize.
announced it.
Are you using that weak aura?
It's in chat.
So it does say it in chat. Yeah, so if you need TBM, like, kind of warning to yell at you, Ritz will give you the weak aura again.
Yeah, link the wake aura. Everyone run back except for the warlocks. I have the soul stone. And then I need, like, 2 DIs, and then we're back to the warlock soul stone cycle. Please, everyone, if you have weak auras, and if you don't, you should need to get it after this raid. Please run those. Alright, so what happened there? Because there was a big problem where it ran away. Why did it run away?
That's getting threat on a ranged person. So
Yeah, it was going to it was going to precursor when I got the first confounding blow.
Yeah, I believe precursor, then feigned, and then all 3 warlocks were all of a sudden above Tardy.
So does the threat meter have a range on it?
Well, it doesn't always update to it. It's not always like second perfect. Sometimes it can be a second or 2 behind, especially when things are chaotic.
Because like when I got it, I had 18k buffer on my threat meter still, which is what was confusing me.
But the trouble is, the ranged 30% buffer doesn't mean anything when I get confounding blow. if you are an absolute number of threat higher than target, it's going to
restarted. Respawn's great. Okay, start summoning warlocks.
Yeah, and so then when you feign, since it was coming to you, then the warlocks were the next highest absolute threat.
Does that offer any threat difference, Luritz, or not really?
On mine, I still had I wasn't second on mine. That's what I mean. Like it just went from super below to 18k still below, but it's running at me. So that's why I was curious if there's like a weird range thing with syncing up the threat meters.
Well, and seeing that's where you were an absolute 18k below. I'd have to go feed the log into my threat analyzer to...
No, I'm not with the last couple pulls we have in the night, I'm down to try it. We can see what happens. Tardy, you can start MT, and Benny, you can be second tank. See if that makes any kind of difference.
Okay.
Just to see. Doesn't harm anything to try.
Just how my run does it. I don't have a reason why they do it that way, so...
Yeah, I don't know if there's a rhyme or reason, but I mean, letting the two players trade places, see. I mean, there's nothing wrong with trying. I'm all about trying.
I'd also say when we have hero back, don't do it immediately when we get past the 10 second.
Yeah, we have like 3, maybe 4 pulls, depending on how fast we are left in the night. 2 of those would definitely be with heroism. But the ones without, we still need to practice.
So, I know, so it's 10 seconds to go in, we start damage, and then 10, 15 seconds, and then hit hero. So it's not going to make a difference when it goes, as long as people are alive.
Oh, you mean a later hero just because...
You hit it instantly if it's already a threat issue, and they're just going to catch up on threat, and they're going to pass me again quickly.
Yeah, I mean,
they end
that's
up rage start in the very beginning. But if we're switching, then senior might be rage start.
Yeah, I'll see if I can. We'll see how it goes for me chasing for threat instead of for you.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm fine to do a longer delay on the hero. Like starting damage at like 7, and then just waiting till like 15 for hero. It's fine.
1, 2, 3. If you still need a summon.
Hey, Tora, can you reload? I've summoned you twice.
I can, yeah. I got nothing.
Hell yeah, he can.
Did you call him Tora?
Ray Tora.
Oh, I didn't hear the Ray part.
Well, we think one of them's out of sync, Jamunk?
Let's see. Still reloading.
Call me Ray, can you go ahead and reload for me?
Thanks.
Did you say Fat Jasmine?
Alright, just need cinders and...
It's totally different. You're being weird again.
Yeah, call me Quave, can you go ahead and reload for me?
I messaged him, he never replied. Also, I messaged Luke and told him I hate him.
Cinders, did you get that summon or no?
Just your daily message to Luke, I see.
It will continue to be that way until he comes to play.
Alright, get in your position safely. Jay, do you have DI up?
I do.
You need to DI if I think it's a wipe. And then the backup is Cinder's Ankh. So Cinders, don't use your Ankh this pull. Unless I, like, really tell you to.
It's not if he's
current
tells
Nick,
really tell you.
Nick, Cinders. Current Nick says don't use Ankh. Future Nick might tell you to use Ankh. Listen to future Nick.
If for some reason or other you die and let's say Z's my only DI target, does he have time to lose it and get up here, or what?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's enough time to run up here. Future Nick. Yeah,
Hey,
future Nick
if it
has different opinions.
if it gets to that, can we both just bubble and then I run up here and you GI me, or we're both bubbles?
Sometimes I gotta bubble early. This consume
fair enough.
is just not good.
Alright, let's fix the consume usage. Fix it. Fix it.
There's like 12 X's still.
I'll fix it. Look, boom. There's my food. Right there.
Okay.
Boom. Food.
Oh, God.
Food. Yeah, delicious. Alright, so good news. That summoning took so long because somebody, Jay, was broken that I can wait for heroism. Yay.
What?
What? Crazy.
Heroes already up.
I was
2 minute 30.
I wasn't broken.
No, they're up.
No, they're not. Man,
No, they're not. How dare you, Mancook?
Oh, I reloaded. That's why I fucked up.
I got 230 on the hero.
Yeah, I got 230.
All right, Jay, are the consumes good now?
The consumes are incredible, if I'm being honest.
All right, waiting 2 minutes. So what's going to happen with this pull here is we're going to wait 7 seconds for damage. I will call. Then you may start. And about 15 seconds in, we'll blow hero. Yes, I know it will not coincide with all your trinketing stuff, but you're only going to get to use your 2-minute trinkets and crap once on this fight. So maybe do, like normal damage for the first 15 seconds. Then 15 seconds, you can pop your trinkets. Yeah? Yeah, smart. Okay, glad we had this talk. Alright, waiting a minute for hero. I really want to... So we've had a 24%, a 25, and I think another 25, and a 29. I think those are our best. I really want to break into the teens. Well, I want to kill the boss, but I would like to get past this 25% wall. It's currently coming down to execution, because for every time we get a pull, that's less effective damage that the raid is hitting. Yeah, they are, Jay. It's like 45.
By the way, does anybody need their weak aura again?
If you need a weak aura.
Yeah.
If you're a pumper, top 10-ish, you definitely need that conflaggy thing.
Yeah. Run both of them. They overlap and don't fuck with each other.
So conflag is going to put a giant circle in the middle of your screen if you have conflag, and it has a basically looks like a clock, and it will have the countdown, and that the warner will scream at you. It will scare the shit out of you if you play with sound.
Yeah, that's as many. We only have 2 pulls left. All right, ready check. All right, we have heroism. This is exciting. DBM pull in 15. Boom.
You're telling me these guys are demons? Okay.
It will also put conflagration in its target.
I got the misdirect instead of targeting.
It's fine. Then go, Banna. You're tanking, Banna. You're tanking, Banna.
4.
Sounds good.
3, 2.
Tardy, your second tank. Here we go. Wait damage. Wait damage. Wait.
I targeted the wrong boss.
Alright, damage start. Damage start.
Sorry about that.
I realized quickly.
3, 2, 1. Augrup's heroism.
Fire to the aid of shadows!
Where's that feint?
Spell on fire chick.
Summonize shatter.
Watch your threat.
Shadows!
NYC, be ready to bubble.
I won't be able to for free.
Okay. Well, you're gonna die when I get conflict.
Cinder, stay down. She's going to Deska. Okay.
Going to Nick.
Bring it back for the range. Bring it back for the range.
Yeah. I'm dragging her back now. I got it.
Shadow!
Dispel fire. Jay, DI me.
Shadow to the aid of fire!
Thanks, Jay.
Yeah, I fucked up that whole pull. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. All right,
I don't know
we'll
how I got wrong target.
I blame me.
I blame me. All right, we'll do one more good pull with heroism, with trying Tardy as the tank, and see how that looks, and then we'll call it there. So, Warlocks, I'll res you. If you're on the lower level, you can run back. Top, I will have it. Yeah, it would, Blue. It'd be nice. I didn't, if that was CO, whatever. It was probably COHJ. Or like Palm or Renew off the start. So I didn't touch him after that.
Z, okay, I got Blaze. Did I rip aggro from you?
Yes. Blaze?
It's what
Blaze
the fire
or...
girl cast. No, it's Blaze.
No,
yeah, lower level people run back, top people.
But it was my fault.
Oh, okay.
Alright guys, we'll do one more pull with Hero, and then we'll call it a day. Really good raid. I hope you've enjoyed the progress on this boss so far, because I have. It's a very difficult, fun fight. One more pull, guys. Warlocks, if you can start... okay. If you can... It's probably in the beginning. If you can start summoning the people in the front, that'd be great. Yeah, I look forward to reviewing the logs and the VODs on this pull. Because I'm going to find a lot of small things next raid and be like, hey, we're going to change this, this, and this. So, this has been a very good night so far. I would love to see if we can at least get this bitch down. We just need to sneak out another quarter. But we're losing a lot of people early. Like, Rainbow died really early, a bunch of the melee died really early. If you guys can just hang on a little longer, we should be in good shape. Make sure we have Hellstones for this pool and all that good stuff. What'd you say?
Are you trying to res Bram?
No, you can run back, Bram. We'll summon you. Last pull of the evening.
Everybody please click on off.
Yeah, if you're not resing, go ahead and click, because I am resing. Carol, you already
been resed.
Last pull of the evening. 1, 2, 3 if you need to summon. Abe and HPR, thank you again for sitting. We'll make sure that you see this boss next time. But hopefully you've watched it. Just a lot of dying. A lot of falling over. Yeah, sure. I look forward to reviewing this boss after the raid. What is that? Like that, like that, like that. I just fight him. Kick his ass?
Tardy, you're the only tank here. Tardy, you're the only tank.
Kick his ass!
Heal Tardy, heal Tardy. And there's another assassin. What is going on here?
Fine, clear. Kick his ass.
Can he be sheeped? Yes, he can. Don't touch the assassin. I'm just gonna...
It has a dot on it.
It's fine,
I'm just gonna keep going.
There's gonna be a fourth one that comes.
Oh my god.
It's fine, clear, we're fighting. Clear, we're fighting.
If you are. Oh.
I did what I
had to mute myself.
There's a pack coming down the stairs, by the way.
Oh, nice.
The entire thing respawns, so that's why.
Yeah, so it's clearly not just in the front, it's the whole front. Well, we're gonna, hold on, we're still fighting. If we can beat this thing.
If you can LOS a little bit, you might not get the bats.
Yeah, we're still fighting. Tardy's still alive. I got a ton of mana. Nope, that's the bats. I still got mana. Yeah, no, we're doing our best up here.
Keep cinders alive?
I'm gonna use fucking Shadow Fiend and a pot. I'm still going. Blue, battle res, I'm healing. Excellent. Kara just got a battle res. Perfect. We're doing this thing. Slowly. It's happening.
I like how Rainbow's top DPS.
I'm mana burned. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna lose.
Party's dead. Good luck.
I can fear bomb.
Good luck. You have no tank.
Too much
really, or really anything. So
great. Alright, that was kind of funny because that was Sunwell telling us, no, fuck your progression because it's a difficult raid. Alright, that's a sad way to end. It's kind of funny though. I really wanted to get one more good pull with Heroism and try Tardy tanking. So good progress tonight. I actually think we get that boss next time because we just need one clean pull where we get it down. So good job today, guys. Glad we got Felmyst. A ton of 25% pulls is great. When you get inside, we'll put a port up for mages, and yeah, we'll see you Tuesday. So that was a good evening.
Another reminder that all of the damage and stuff matters. Bring everything you can, please.
Yep, and if you didn't get to see the boss tonight, I'll make sure you see it on Tuesday or Sunday. Beg your pardon. Yeah, good progression. Let's get the mage ports up.
No, we didn't. He did not.
He did not what?
I'm being told that you said see you next Tuesday, and I'm saying you didn't say next. You just said see you Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday. When I was in college, we had a class that only met on Tuesdays, and that motherfucker wasn't.
Remember the sun well.
That was fun.
We'll watch the VOD.
I will.